Okay. Can you just test your mic?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello? Okay, well, everything looks like it's working. We haven't crashed yet. Um, anyways, welcome everybody. Okay. Okay. Thank you for resubbing, Brent. Okay, so welcome everyone. My name is Lynx, and I'm joined by Brandflix today, and this is the pilot episode for our podcast series, Eternal Return podcast series. The working title right now is Experiment Number 2, aka Catboy Cafe, but I mean, in the future, who knows? It could change, depending on how well received or how we feel the title goes.
Yeah, it's gonna
Um,
be Catboy Castle next time.
Maybe yeah, it'll evolve or something. I don't know. Experiment number 4, Catboy Castle. I don't know. We'll see.
Exactly.
But yeah, just a little to start. We'll do a kind of like introduction segment. So I guess I can start with introducing myself, and then go ahead with yourself, Brent, and you can plug as
hmm
much as you want. It's up to you. But okay, so my name is Lynx, as I said. Um I stream on Twitch, the virtual avatar as you guys can see. Um I've been playing Eternal Return since I think, but I don't know the exact time, but it's when Lennox came out. That's
That's a
when I
while
like,
ago.
yeah, but I had discovered the game like before that because I saw people stream it on Twitch. And it was in like when I first saw it on Twitch, I think it was still in like alpha or closed beta or something. It was very early development, and I thought it was cool, but I didn't like actually end up playing it. And then but it kind of like floated around my head, right? And then around the time that Lennox came out, that's when I was like looking for a game to play, and then I was like, oh, like what about that one that I saw people play before? It looked kind of cool, like Eternal Return, something something, Black Survival, something something, right? And then yeah, that's when I picked up the um and when I first started, I think my first character was Adriana, which was like super difficult because I didn't know that she would be super difficult to play.
Small
I
details
just
with the Fire Lady.
Yeah, I just like what she looked like. I was like, oh, this girl got a flamethrower. This bitch like, gonna go crazy, right? And then like yeah, it was struggles, but I've come a long ways. So now I like to think of myself as a decent um
You're a War
and
Season battle scarred veteran that's made it
yeah,
through
yeah,
Adriana
exactly.
as
I've
a
been
new
hurt a
first
lot of
character.
times already, so now I can't. I've learned to hurt them back. I don't get hurt anymore. Okay, I
Oh,
can
that's
stand
so
up for
funny.
myself. Yeah. Um, and yeah, in terms of the game itself, my favorite characters in the game obviously is one of them is Lee Dailin. It's probably like the top one. I mean, there's many ways to kind of gauge like what you like about a character, right? Like visual, your skill set or whatever. But I think overall, for sure, Dailin is probably the next ones I can think of are like I really like Cicella because um her voice lines are great. Um, I'm a Jenny stan. I'm a big Jenny stan. What else? I think those are like the top three that come to my head. I don't really have a lot of male characters that I like, but yeah.
How unfortunate.
Yeah, how unfortunate. Maybe in the future if they put out a cool, I don't know, maybe JP. But
Mr. Hacker Man.
yeah,
Got a
Mr.
little
Hackerman.
hack little Lumen Island out of existence.
Yeah, yeah. And then in terms of like what I do outside of this game, so I know the podcast about the game. I love the game and Eternal Returns free on Steam and game. Um, but yeah, outside of the game, like I'll stream on Twitch. I'll play other buzz. Sometimes I play League. Most recently I've been playing Elden Ring. Fully finishing the game the first time. Love that game. It's fan. I also play some like TFT chess game. Yeah, mostly Riot games. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty much like a Riot game.
You and
Um,
like half the country at this rate.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like they got the market on lock. You know, they got Valorant,
True.
they got League, they got TFT, they got Legends of Runeterra.
And now they're
There's
gonna
gonna
have
be
an
a
MMORPG at some point.
yeah, there's gonna be MMO. There's gonna be a fighting game, like a 2D fighter. Like they got everything, man.
Oh, they also have Ruined King, don't they? The RPG. You already said that, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, that
RPG
too.
one,
Yeah, like
yeah.
the story turn-based RPG.
Oh
Like
my god, they really have everything. That's
they literally have
crazy.
everything. But I don't think they make it all themselves. I think they probably outsource a lot of it. They're rich. So
God, can you imagine
um,
if they had like 30 team, like they had, like 30 buildings in the right HQ?
oh my god. I actually I don't know. Um,
It's
but
lit.
no, I know for sure though that like for Legends of Runeterra, all their art in the beginning, actually, I mean, I think all their art now still they outsource all of it. So
Oh, I mean that makes sense. I feel like it's
yeah,
easier
yeah,
to outsource artists
art.
than it is developers.
Yeah, yeah. So, but they developed the core game though, all the art and stuff they do. Um, okay, and that's basically it for me. You can go ahead, Brand, to introduce yourself now. This is the co-host for this podcast.
Hey guys, it's Bran. I also play herbs, also stream herbs. Occasionally we get annoyed at herbs, you'll see me playing something else,
The Mauled
which,
King.
the Mall King himself, yep. I've been trying to mull a little less recently, but I've been trying to do a thing where I'm going to try and be a more educational streamer going forward, but we'll see how that works with engagement and everything, because you can't be educational if no one's trying to be educated.
True. Very true. You can't teach the masses if they don't want to be taught, right? How it
Exactly, or if they don't
works.
show up. We'll see though.
Or
It
they
should be interesting.
okay.
It would definitely be interesting to see how everything goes on or it goes forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because if more people end up showing up to, I guess, be educated, then it'll be a good time for sure. Plus on the community through making them smarter or something.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been playing Eternal Return for? I know you've been playing longer
Um,
than me.
yeah, so my friends found herbs around nearly 2 years ago, actually. But we
Two
were on a little
years?
stint. Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
been nearly 2 years. So I used to play with some other guys that are on the West Coast, and we had an entire stint where we just like rotated battle royale games on repeat. So one of them was the first one we found was Spellbreak. So when
Oh,
Spellbreak was
okay.
having its thing, yeah, we
Yeah,
played
yeah,
Spellbreak for a
yeah.
while. But then Herbs
Okay.
came out, and since we were League addicts, we were like, "Oh, mobile game for VR, that's great."
Mm-hmm.
So hopped into Herbs. It was way more interesting back then because literally nobody knew how to play the game in squads because it was super casual, right?
Yeah.
So we do dumb shit like walk up with Dailin level 2, press W, hit Q on someone with just Mighty Dragon, three shot them,
Yeah,
which,
okay. Okay.
a little unbalanced, but
A
that's what
little
the
bit of
norm was back
balance.
then. Yeah,
Uh,
like Air Aya would walk up to you with a random weapon, kill you in 3 hits. Dagger
we do a
Jackie would
little
walk up
trolling
and
out here, yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was a little bit of a mess, you could say.
But okay,
But yeah,
okay.
so definitely kind of learned herbs in the golden age that I had where people were not nearly as good, so you could take your time to learn. But obviously now it's a little different because everybody is a veteran at this rate and everyone knows how to play. So if you don't know how
Yeah,
to play and
yeah.
what food is, then you're just getting crushed every game, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, for my favorite characters, obviously I main Dailin. She's, a cutie. She's also a martial artist. So I was like, I did martial arts. I could be Dailin.
Wait, you do martial arts?
I did martial arts when I was little. Yeah.
Oh, which one?
I did Shaolin stuff. So
Shaolin? Oh my
yeah. So the reason why I
yo.
was so into Cerberus was because I specifically learned how to use a
Like the
three
multi-link
section staff.
nunchuck?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit.
So
Yo,
I
yo,
saw
yo,
Cerberus.
yo.
I was like, this is not a nunchuck. You
Yo,
you idiot.
anyone need a bodyguard? Yo, anyone need a bodyguard? Yo, hire this man.
Well, it's been like it's been like a decade since I last
He's
did it.
gonna fuck up
So
the guy who mugs you, man. He's gonna like
yeah, I'm gonna pick up a
freaking
chair and throw it at
pretzel
him.
the man who tries to mug you. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
you did martial
So
arts. That's
yeah,
okay.
but I mean, I've lost all the skills. It's been too long since
Oh,
then.
okay. Yeah, I did when I was a kid too. I did taekwondo when I was a kid. And
Yeah,
then
no, it's a
yeah, I
good
forgot
exercise,
everything because
honestly.
after I went to school, I stopped going to taekwondo. So
Yeah. Yeah, but it's really funny just because I remember back then when me and my friends were first starting to learn how to play the game, it
mhm.
was my friend loves playing mages, and I initially like kind of want to play Hedgen because she like Hedgen's pretty cute. So I was like, oh, black haired girl. She seems cute enough. Her spells are very basic mage stuff. It should be fun to play her.
Yeah.
But because my friend was playing her all the time, I just swapped on Dylan instead. And I was playing Dylan. I was like, this girl has to be broken.
This has to be broken.
Turns out she was broken the
He
entire time.
was? Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Dailin back in beta was super illegal, and I was kind of aware of it, but that was also when Yuki was way stronger, and Yuki was also super illegal back then. So Crazy how the times change. Now Dailin is just broken and Yuki's down in the dumps in comparison.
That's I,
Well,
anyways,
we have to also
we're
say
not here to
Yuki
talk about
choke.
that. We're not here to talk about
Yeah.
that. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Any other characters that you like? Like, doesn't have to be your favorite, but
Oh, yeah, so Celine is a character that I really wanna get into, but her mechanical floor is a little too high for my boomer broken hands.
same, same.
Adina is like Adina, it's not necessarily about her appearance, but her playstyle is pretty fun just because I get to spam spells and, like, I fight differently every time, which I love doing. And then, Jenny is probably by far the most right now, she's really fun to me because it's really fun playing, like, a really auto-attacking character,
Yeah.
but really just those 4, Dailin, Jenny, Adina, and Celine, and male characters. Do I like any
Okay.
of the male characters?
Do you?
Uh, do I?
Also, just give me a second. I should have thought of this before, but I'm gonna put the Twitch chat on this, which I didn't
Sounds
have
good.
before. Yeah, but okay. Sorry, continue. Cool. Talking about.
Yeah. Oh, Alex is actually a really fun male character because you could do so many stupid builds on Alex, and they would all be somewhat viable because of how much of a rat he is.
True. I think when he first came out, I was trying to make like stupid builds for him. Like I was gonna do like shuriken two handed, or like just basically like a build that just makes every fucking weapon, you know. And I was like, wow, this character seems so cool, right? Because it was the first character that they put out that can swap multiple weapons at a time, right? I was like,
Yeah.
damn, this is some big brain shit, right? And then yeah, he was just that kind of
No,
went away pretty
yeah.
quick. But it was cool. Like I think it's nice that they even had that idea. There's not a lot of MOBA games they'll do those kinds of crazy characters. So
No, yeah.
because
He's definitely a very, very
If
unique
it was League,
design.
it would just be like a Jinx clone that just swaps two weapons and like does like bonus attack speed on every auto or something. Like it would literally just be that. Um, so
No, that's real. That feels super real.
okay, and then just the last part here. What other things you do besides like or any other hobbies you have outside of it?
Um, I did try and write for a while, but that's been like perpetual writer's block. You know how it is to be a creative.
Yeah,
Sometimes you
I
can feel
remember
it.
those. You did writing stream. Like
Yeah, I was thinking of redoing writing streams at some point, but it's not necessarily like engagement I'm worried about. It's more just I'm scared to write and then not have anything to write while I'm doing it. But I could just force stuff out, honestly. To
okay, okay,
stream. Maybe it's worth doing that, honestly. We'll see though.
okay. And before we go into the next segment, well, also like you know, yeah, we hope you guys will enjoy the podcast. And this is just episode one, so you know, please know that there's gonna be some kinks stuff, and it's also very kind of informal. But in general, the aim of this podcast is we want to steer away from like talking about the games like you know, like meta and like this character, that character being strong, weak, what are they doing with the game, that kind of thing. We want to highlight other aspects of the game that are also present, but I feel like, you know, they're kind of like overshadowed by the fact that people always want to talk about the game itself, playing. But this game I think is like really cool because yeah, they have like you know a whole background setting. They have like a they said they're gonna do a lore revamp soon. Their character designs are very unique. You know, all the items and stuff are very unique. The systems in the game are interesting that they don't exist in other was. So that's what we want to focus on for this podcast. Just kind of talking through all those complementary, I guess you can call them like secondary aspects of the game that it is part of the game, but it's not gameplay, no, necessarily the gameplay itself, setting, context. Um,
Yeah, God knows I complain about the gameplay
yeah,
enough as
yeah,
it is.
I know. Brandon would love to go. Like this could be a very easily just. I could just let Brandon just go. Here we go. We're like 3 hours later. Um, we're sipping on like copium. And kind of,
Exactly.
yeah. So this is also kind of like a pseudo what do I describe? It's like a vacation, summer vacation for in terms of his own like mauled streams.
Yeah, I can't
Cause
mold if I
yeah,
don't have anything
this
to
shit
complain
is
about, huh?
so funny, man. Like I'll like turn
Yeah.
your stream on, like I'll just hear you malding, and I'll just go and play the game like while you're malding. It's a
Yeah.
surreal experience. It really is. I don't talk in your chat, but I'm like listening, right? To you mauled. And I'm like, you know what? He right. Like as I kill a chicken in the game or something, like it's like I kill it like a little more violently in the game when I hear you like complain. It's funny. It's a good
That's fucked up
time.
for the chicken, bro. That poor chicken is like, I'm just trying to live life. Why are you killing me?
But I'll be like, give me that leather, man. Give me that. My character's B tier. I need this fucking leather, bro. Like, give me that shit. No, it's funny. Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's what we want to do with the podcast. So going forward, that's gonna be the focus. Obviously, we might dip into some balancing memes and whatnot once in a while, just because
Yeah, it is what it is with the balance
yeah, it is
stuff.
what it is. But it's okay if you happen to derail, Brand. I'll bring you back. Okay, if you start slipping into your berserker rage mode, I'll pick you so you come back.
Press
Wish
your
you luck.
mayhem button. Deactivate that.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
I got a panic button under my desk. I can
You just press it.
I
It's
can press it
like,
anytime I feel like you're starting to just talk about balance. Yeah.
it's like, oh no, he's not even
Oh
derailed.
no,
Get
oh
him
no,
out
oh
of
no, oh
there.
no! Like I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops. No,
God,
just
the cops.
I'm just kidding.
No. Oh my
But yeah,
god.
okay. So for the first like I guess uh segment, as the introduction here for the podcast is it's gonna be a little like fun fact trivia thing. And we're gonna have these kind of like trivia or fun fact segments every episode, hopefully. We plan to do that. So and then each one will be like a different one. So I'm going to transition the screen here. And I'll have to copy the Twitch chat over. Screen share mode here. Browser capture. There, right? Oh, it's just like really small.
It is a little tiny app.
It is a
Can
little tiny. Yeah.
you see that? It's a little toothpick up there.
That's a little toothpick. Okay, so
Oh my god, that's not a
for everyone
toothpick. It's a fucking
for everyone
sword.
in the chat, like if you recognize what this is the subject of today's trivia thing. Actually, sorry. How do you want me to show it to you, Brent? 'Cause right now I'm showing you like the my browser share, or actually I could put it into my browser too. Okay, you can see it now, right? Because I mean on yours,
Yeah, I
it's
can.
tiny as fuck. I'll zoom in for you. I'll zoom in for you. Here. Here, here. Okay, okay.
Oh
So
my
everyone can see.
gosh.
Everyone can see. So we're good. Okay, so yeah, this item here icon, I pulled it from the fan kit. So this is an item in the game. Do you know what item this is, Brand? Tell me, based on just the picture, not the name of what it is.
I think it's a toothpick with a toothpick little shell, right? Actually,
Uh,
I never noticed the sheath is not long enough for the blade itself. How do you sheath that thing?
I don't know. Maybe
Hmm,
you just always have it out. You're always ready to kill people.
that's crazy,
The
man.
choice is always violence, I guess. There's never any time where you need to put it away.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
But
I think it's I know
yeah,
it's a rapier. It's probably I mean I saw the name already, but I knew what it was. It's Joyous.
Joyous, okay.
Joycey?
Joyusy,
Joy these nuts.
Joyusy, yeah. Any Joyussies in
Joyous,
the chat?
hey,
Any
Joyous.
Joyusy users? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So it is a rapier. It's the mithril rapier. Um, and today's trivia is basically, or the question is, do you know how to actually pronounce this name correctly? The name for this weapon, and it's not Joyusy. It's not Joyous. Not Joyuse. And okay, I'll be honest with you guys. I picked this trivia for this episode because I thought it was. I just think it's funny every time I hear someone say this name. And I have a vivid memory, Bren, to share with you. Okay, so
Oh god.
it was one of the first like ERCLs. Okay, and it was like they were doing casting, and it was what's his name? Skaz. Remember Skaz?
Probably Scouts and Gunner.
I don't know who it was,
Or
but the person that said the name was Skaz. Okay, so he said like
mhm.
Joy Use or something like that. And I just have that vivid memory because like I don't know, I broke down laughing. Like no offense to Skaz, but when I was watching the broadcast, I just broke down laughing at that time because I was like, oh my god, like what the fuck? And then yeah, but I mean the only reason I laugh is because I speak French, so I just think it's funny because the name of this sword, and I
It's
say sword,
Charlemagne's sword, right?
I say sword because I'll explain to you later. It's actually not a rapier. Spoiler alert. It's even though it's classified as a rapier in the game, it's not actually a rapier in real life. So okay, so the name of this weapon is not joyous. It's like in French they pronounce it as joyeuse. So it's kind of like JWAYUHZ.
All right, you have fun with that one. I'm not remembering that. Joyeux.
Joyeuse, yeah.
Now I just feel like I'm now going to be problematic. I'm like joyeux.
Joyeuse. Yeah.
Joyeux.
Joyeuse. So I'm sure if there's like any French tournaments, I think there was one recently. They probably pronounced it correctly. But yeah, I guess you can just call it Joyeuse. I don't know. Um but yeah, it's pronounced Joyeuse. And
Oh my god, I can pronounce it joyeuse. Oh my god, you're a
Joyeuse.
genius. Joyeuse. Hey, can you give me
Joyeuse.
that joyeuse over
Oh my
there?
god, bro. Harassment. It's harassment.
It's so
Um,
funny.
but yeah, so the name of the weapon obviously means something along the lines of like joy, right? So the literal translation is like either joyful or joyous, which is how people say it in English, I guess, joyous or joyeuse or joyeuse. But yeah, it's like a happy sort. And this weapon is actually, it exists. It's a real weapon. It's being held in the Louvre right now, I believe. And it's supposedly the actual sword that was used by and I pulled this shit off Wikipedia, okay? So I'll just quote what Wikipedia said. But it's a real life sword that is said to have been wielded by Charlemagne, the first Holy Roman Emperor. And it was his
Sorry, you mean Charlie Mangy?
Charlie Magny, Charles
Yeah,
Magnus.
yeah.
Yeah. He's the first really first Holy Roman Emperor. And it was his personal weapon. So I think that means that he carries it around with him most of the time. I'm not sure back then what they defined as a personal weapon versus like I know they have like ceremonial weapons and stuff too that they only use for certain times or holidays, whatever. Um, but yeah, this was his personal weapon, so I guess it's like you could say it's like his Glock, like the one he keeps in the drawer at night. Like if there's a home invasion, he pulled this shit out.
Yeah, the safety is permanently off because the sheet doesn't fit in the fucking the sword doesn't fit in the
Yeah.
sheet. How
So
crazy is
and
that, dude?
yeah, and it's actually a sword. It's actually a sword. It's not a rapier. Because actually, funny thing. I mean, the word rapier itself is a French word too.
Does it mean tiny sword?
I actually don't know. I can look it up for you. Let me see.
Oh.
So let me I'll just
I hope it
Google it
literally translates
quickly.
to toothpick. It's like, what does rapier mean? It means sword that's compensating.
No, no, I don't think it's sword that's common. No, I think the name just means I'm reading off Wikipedia. So it is a loan word from Middle French.
Middle
I don't know how you
French.
pronounce I don't know how you pronounce it, but I think it's espera pierre. Um
Oh. Asperiapia? Oh god,
yeah,
Asperiapia?
I don't know.
Oh
I
no.
don't know how
Now
to
I'm
speak
having
Middle
flashbacks to
French.
AV making me pronounce French words. I just completely butchered them like 15 million times.
Yeah,
Oh
but
god,
I
the
think like
flashbacks.
this is one of those words that does not have a direct English translation. Because it's just like the name of the sword itself is rapier. Like there's no other like it doesn't mean anything. Do you know what I mean? It's just called like rapier.
Oh, I see. So
Um
it's literally just it is what it is.
yeah,
It
as if
is
you
what it
like
says.
you would call like a long sword is a long sword, right? Or like yeah.
No, a long sword is a stick that has a sharp end. But
Oh,
it's a
it's like a
spear.
sword
Never
that's
mind.
longer than
Yeah,
usual.
it's a sword that's longer than usual.
Yeah. Cuz then there's
Oh,
also
so
like
it's just
what
it's
short
an attacker
sword?
that's long? Yeah.
Yeah, short sword, two-handed sword, bastard sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. That's
Um
too funny.
Let me see here. What else does it say? The origin of the rapier is more than likely Spanish. Its name is a derisive description of the Spanish term ropera. The Spanish term refers to a sword used with clothes, espada ropera or dress sword, due to it being used as an accessory for clothing, usually for fashion and as a self-defense weapon. Okay, so the rapier is literally just like back like it's like how people have like guns nowadays, like handguns. They used to have like rapiers, just like put them on their waist. They walk outside, you
Oh,
know.
wait, that means, maybe let me
What
find the translation again.
for what ropera?
Joyousy.
Joyosi?
Joyousy. That means that actually
Joyosi?
was the rapier because it was a personal sword, right? And that's what
No, no,
rapiers
no.
were
But
apparently?
but like joyas, like the sword itself is a sword because it's not shaped the same as the rapier is. Like rapiers are like shaped a certain way, right?
With the handguard, right?
No, like with the
Or
handguard, like the blade as well is different. It's like thinner
oh, yeah, I
and
see what
it's
you mean.
pointy,
It's a
right? It's like
yeah,
really
L
like thin and
toothpick.
point. Yeah, like really a toothpick. But joyeuse, and I'll show you a picture, Brand. I'll Google it. You can see right my screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, I'll show you a picture. This is what it looks like. It's actually fucking huge. No.
Actually, I'm surprised the herbs are like actually almost one to one with this. That's
Yeah,
surprising.
yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to show you too. Okay, so I'll show my screen so you guys can see, right? We can compare, but this picture is from Wikipedia, okay?
Joyeuse.
So that's the actual sword that they have in the museum. This is the actual sword, and it's fucking like you see how thick it is? It's like 5 inches thick or some shit. Like you
No,
could
that's just a
decapitate a man with this
claymore.
thing.
Yeah, that's a two-handed sword, just like Mistletoe is, and just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
No,
claymore
this is
is.
a one-handed sword. It's a one-handed sword.
Oh, I mean, it
But
took you
yeah,
two hands
as
to
you
lift
can
it.
see, the like the actual in-game icon is very close to what the sword actually looks like in real life, and I think the sheath also is the same. But we have a better picture. Interrupt. No, I don't want to make a account. I oh here maybe this one. Oh, okay. This is you
You
guys
can
can
kind of
see
see
right.
it.
So this is like the hilt, or I mean the sheath. Sorry, and it's like you notice it has like the jewels, right? So in the item icon, it also reflects that. It's basically the same, but it's very accurate down to the picture of the actual
Yeah, they
sword.
had to make it. They made the shit a little different because it was a little too close to copying, the homework.
Yeah, because I'm sure Emperor Charles Magnus would file a copyright claim
Bro, Charles Magnus would
for
rise from the dead just to be able to
yeah,
like, Nimble,
Rise from the
Nimble, what
Dead
are
to
you
sue
doing?
Nimble Neuron to be like, nah, that's
Exactly.
my shit.
And then they'd sue all the
Oh
animes
my,
that also abuse his
what the
then
fuck?
like Great Grand Order. He's like, "What'd you do, Astolfo?"
That's so funny. Oh my god, he's like rolling in his grave right now. He's like, these motherfuckers stole my weapon. I
Yeah.
can't deal with this shit.
What do they call me
Uh,
now? Joyeuse?
Joyosi now. They call
Joyeuse?
it Joyosi. That's
Joyeuse?
my baby. That's my joy. That's my
Yeah.
joyous. They call it
Let's
Joyosi.
upgrade this shit. Yeah.
But but yeah, yeah. So that's just a little fun fact. I just wanted to share with you guys for this episode. It's just like first of all, nobody says it right. The name. And the other thing is like, yeah, it's not a rapier. It's a sword. Similar to how like like Meteor Claymore is obviously not a rapier, bro. That shit is huge. It's not a toothpick by any means. And like the other thing also is like, I mean, just to go off on that tangent, like, do you know what a claymore is? Like a claymore is like a two-handed sword. It's like fucking huge.
It's literally like just proved by the name. You're like, oh yeah, this
Yeah,
rapier is a claymore. Let me just
it,
wield it
it's
with a
it's a
pinky
claymore.
finger.
It's not even a rapier, but they somehow
Yeah.
classify it as a claymore. It's like okay, whatever, sure. I'm poking you with a giant two-handed. Um, but
I'm God.
yeah, literally, it's like whatever. Like but yeah. So this is joyous, guys. This is the actual thing. So I hope that I don't know. Maybe next time you build this in game, this memory will come up with you or
Yeah, we
come
have to
up
use
for
the
you.
Joyeuse. Joyeuse.
You get the joyasi. You gotta yell it out as you're
Joyeuse.
crafting it every time it like like tink tink joyasi
Joyeuse!
joyasi joyasi. Invoke the weapon and it comes into your inventory after.
Yeah, it actually gives you more power when you scream what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
crafting.
Plus one AP. Plus one AP.
Yeah, every time you say it, the harder you shout, the more likely it goes to +2 AP, and the more you shout it, the more instance it is. So
Yep.
it's really up to you to decide if
Exactly.
you want the crit.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. All of the above. So make sure you guys do that in your games. Go on.
Yeah.
I know
If
I
I can't
won't
hear
because
you
I'm
from
too
across the
embarrassed.
country, that's wrong. Oh.
Right? Wait, what?
If I can't hear you from across the country, then clearly you're not doing it loud enough.
True, 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 true. Facts, facts. Um, But yeah, that's the fun fact for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed that.
Well, I
Better
mean,
say it on.
now
I want to hear you
I'm
say
gonna
it.
call
I want to hear
Joyeusy.
you. I want to hear you say it on stream, man. That'd be funny.
Today we'll be playing Elena. I'm gonna be permanent building Joyeusy.
Joyazi,
Joyeusy.
dude. Aren't you glad they introduced the or transfer console? Because now you can guarantee
Uh,
yourself a Joyazi every game, bro. Like
Joyeusy. Only I hate it, but just because I can build Joyeusy
on
guaranteed, and now
demand,
I love
right?
it. Yeah, now it's perfect.
That's perfect. No more waiting for the bear to like like you don't have to pay the bears anymore to drop you like mithril. You just get it.
Exactly.
Um, but yeah, there was other things. So I'm gonna read the Wikipedia page too because I think uh they named it like this. Like they named the sword Joyas or like Joyas because I think this is the description that they had. It was something to do with the jewels like on the sheath where they're apparently like so fucking like pretty or whatever because there's like multiple different jewels in it, right? They're like different colors, so it would like rainbow shine basically like the sun.
Oh, so it would bring joy as you saw the sheath ram into someone's skull,
Yeah, I
glittering in the
guess.
sunlight, the
Yeah, or if you're
sapphire,
like
ruby,
walking on the
emerald.
street, it's like the biggest fucking flex, like the happiest flex on earth.
Yeah, they're like, is that the Joyeusy
Yo,
builder?
is that the joy?
Look
Like
at
you
the
see on the street,
sheath.
like yo, this man got joyous.
Oh
My
my god.
god.
Oh, he just brought the sheath out for a walk. He doesn't have the sword, bro.
Yo, literally, literally. But then the other thing is like since it's Charles Magnus's like personal weapon, like if you saw it in the street, you were looking at the emperor. So
Oh yeah, the Holy
like
Emperor.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Holy Roman Emperor, which that I mean, you
Yeah,
probably
ain't no
have to
one
bow
stepping up to
down
the
at
Holy
that point.
Emperor. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
ain't no one stepping up to that, man. That man gonna look at you funny. You're gonna fucking
Yo, literally, if you
crack your
stare too hard
pants.
at the sword, he'll like cut your head off with it, like straight
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
And
Or your
you'd
hair
be
just will
like,
pop off naturally.
thank you, my lord,
Thank you.
thank you, my lord.
You just
Like a
pull as a
giant
hero
happy,
cosplay, my lord.
my lord,
My
my
lord.
lord. But yeah, that's the fun fact for this episode. Um, and before we go into the main segment of the episode, so as you guys probably saw from the preview splash and everything and the teasers, today's episode is all about Lee Dailin because we're both Dailin lovers. So, but before we do that, we have a like a listeners poll for you guys, and again, this is something that we're gonna try to do every episode. It'll be a different question every time. So for today's listeners poll, or this episode's listeners poll, it's a very simple question, something that we um answered earlier. But the question for you guys, and you can answer in the Twitch chat, or we're also gonna upload this episode to Brand's YouTube afterwards, and you can like write your answer in the comments. But it's just for fun. Like I mean, no brownie points or anything. You answer if you don't answer. But the question is, how long have you been playing Eternal Return yourselves? And what do you like about the game? So it could be anything like character designs, whatever. If you like the
Funny, a cat
gameplay,
boy. Oh.
yeah, if you like the gameplay, if you like the I don't know, the crafting system, the uniqueness of it. But yeah, feel free to answer anytime. It doesn't have to be now, like even throughout the episode or later in the comments on YouTube. But we do want to have your input. And this is again just it's a starting poll, but in the future episodes we might make it more complicated. Like, I mean, we might poll before the episode, who knows, and then like go over the answers in the episode, that kind of thing. There's a lot of places we can do that. This is just start. So I will leave this up for a little bit longer while I drink some water.
Slurp, slurp.
Slurp, slurp. If you have anything else you want to say, Brand, before we go into the island content.
Yeah, obviously we've been making some waves and herbs, and I think the Steam chart's actually showing some really good growth recently. So hopefully that means more new players, more people that walk in and like enjoy what we do because we have so many great content creators, such as a certain cat boy that I keep calling cat boy, my cat king.
Uh, Wait, who are you talking about?
Oh, I'm too shy to tell, too shy to
Oh,
speak. But
okay. You can tell me later in
uh,
DMs. Yeah.
yeah, of course, of course.
Hmm.
But it'll be an exciting time, honestly, because yeah, there'll be a lot going on, and if everyone pops off, then hopefully everyone benefits.
That's
Is
true.
the hope.
I mean, again, that's like I said in the beginning, right? It's like there's so much about this game that goes past the gameplay, and it's such a unique. Like I know everyone like memes or even like the devs meme. They're like, this is like the only battle royale mobile like so unique, like one of a kind, whatever. Like it's a meme, right? Because that's their like tagline. But like honestly, I've never seen a game that's like it's like a tagline, but it's also like the truth. Like like I've never seen a battle royale game that does like crafting like this, or maybe I never happened to stumble upon one. This is the first one I've seen where it's actually like they've kind of gone pretty far with it, and they have like a tournament scene and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how the biggest, I guess, like the uniqueness of that also lends towards the difficult skill ceiling or skill floor. So it's like it's so unique. So if you catch someone, they're almost guaranteed to like be addicted and have fun because of how different it is. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just those audiences, like hopefully we can make it more universal.
Yeah, like even okay, well, when I started right with Adriana, like I said, like I sucked ass because I was like I didn't know what the hell was going on, but I had so much fun, like learning the crafting, um, and kind of like learning the game, like picking up the unique aspects of the game with Adriana, because it was just something that I had never experienced before, like in a game, a mobile game. So coming into like contact with that kind of mechanic or like game design, it was like super refreshing for me. I was like, damn. And I was so addicted in the beginning. Like I would play it all the time and I wouldn't win. I think it took me like a month or like a month and a half or something or maybe longer just to get my first like win. And not win through like I got lucky and I just happened to be like the last rat, but like I actually like fought people. Like eventually like I got to the point where I was able to like actually take fights and like know how to build like better items and everything for myself. And like dude, like like the first time I crafted like auto arms, like like the golden, like the legendary, like gold is gooder.
Yeah,
Yo, that shit felt so good. I was like, yo, like I got fucking
I
auto
have the
arms. I'm a
power.
cyborg. Like holy shit. No, it was fun. It genuinely like it was so cool. I thought it was so cool. And then the more you play, like you get used to it, you get better. You kind of or I've kind of like it's kind of just in the back of my head now, right? Like that first time experience of this crafting system is so sick, right? And then now it's just like, okay, I crafted. Like I got my auto
Yeah.
arms, yeah, okay, whatever. Like I just play the game, right? But yeah, I really missed that time. Like I still remember back to that time. It was a good time. A lot of excitement. And I really hope that like you said, new players when they're coming into this, that's what they pick up on, right? Like I really don't want I mean, obviously if you're a new player and you jump into this game and like the first thing you see when you open up like the public Discord is just people like complaining about the game, it's like, well, that doesn't really make you want to play, does it? It's just like everyone you like open the game and you're like, "Oh, this game's fun." And then you realize that everyone who plays this game is mad. Like or like depressed
Yeah,
about the
no, it'd be
game.
really funny because you could also do a thing where, or you could also say like, if there's a lot of people complaining, then it's still good because that means there's a lot of people complaining and still playing,
Yeah,
just
like they
like League
like
of
care about
Legends.
it. That's why they
Woo!
complain. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, um, but yeah, so I mean, hopefully we can maybe in our episode podcast stuff like we'll go over some stuff that people it'll help attract some in terms of like aspects of funny things, the memes, or like the cute stuff, or like those cute little trivia's that we have. We just um okay. So before we move on to the main segment, I'm gonna do two things. One is I'm gonna read this that Catan got, and then the second thing is I need to take off my sweater. Fucking hot. Catan said since season three, season or they've been playing since the reason I like the game has changed, but I do play for the characters I enjoy. They do a good job of making characters that people can enjoy. I agree. Like I said, if this was League of Legends, every time they put out a new character, it's either some on-hit cheeser, like every AD carry is like an on-hit cheeser or like a attack speed steroid cheeser. I think the only unique AD carries in League that I've seen is Jin and Zeri. Those are the only two like ADCs that are not actually ADCs. Like they break the mold. Like truly,
Yeah, for
truly break
sure.
the mold. And I mean, they do have like one or two champions in other roles that also do that. But I want more of that, like in League. But they can't because just the way the game like is, or the mechanics of the game work and like how it's balanced and stuff. They can't do that because then you know the game wouldn't be viable. Like those characters would not be viable. But in this game, they don't have that issue, right? Because it's since it's battle royale, they are allowed to make characters that are completely different from each other. Because you don't need to have those canned roles, so to speak, right? You could have a character that just does whatever you want, and items that they can build that change the way that they can do whatever they want. So it's super, super cool. I agree. All the characters are so unique, and that means that there's like a person, or there's a character in this game for everybody, right? Um, and I don't know about you, but yeah, like I said, like I picked Adriana, right? And I picked her because I liked the way she looked. Obviously, I didn't know what the hell she did before I picked her. Right? I picked on aesthetic only. And it turns out that
Yes.
yeah, I was like, did she girl with a flamethrower? Like, what more do you want? And then yeah, it turns out that the aesthetic actually fit the play style. Like it was exactly what I envisioned it to be, which is you just burn everything, and it was great. Um, and I think they do a really good job of kind of defining that character identity for all their characters. Characters so and really feels like they fit with like their skills in the game fit like what they look like aesthetically. Um, and Dailin for sure. But yeah, now I'm gonna take off my sweater now. So you can I'll mute myself quickly, Bran. Is there anything you want to say while I'm taking off my sweater?
But if do you think Lynx will take a or send me a picture of his shirt off? Is that a possibility? Anyone know? Any knowers in chat? But no, it's definitely been a good vibe just because, like everyone said, they really do focus on making characters unique and accessible to everyone, and they've done a really good job because obviously Adina really fits the people who want to play people who want to play more like versatile slash very different ways for each fight. Priya, I mean, Priya doesn't really
I'm back.
feel niche at the moment, and Elena is the Ice Princess, the was it White Schwartz lady?
The white Schwartz lady. Oh
There's
my.
White
You
Schwartz.
gotta do her dirty like that, man. Come on. Her name is Elena. Her name is Elena, guys.
Her nickname is White Schwartz.
Oh lord. That's like her like alter ego.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
But they
like
did such a good
Batman like
job.
nighttime ego, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's real.
funny. Okay, so are we ready? We're ready to go on to the next the main segment, shall we say?
Yeah, so let's talk about our main
Let's
waifu in
talk
the
about our
game,
main girl. Our main
Dailin.
girl. Her name is Dailin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the listener poll and for the screen share, I'm gonna take out Joy. We're just gonna put up
Joyeuse.
Joyazi. We'll start with the classic skin. But it's so big with
Oh yeah, some of the files are just massive on the fan kit for some reason.
they were drawn with like I might have to getting there. Here she is, our girl.
She's
I'll
peeking
put
up.
it. Sorry,
She's peeking up. She finally arrived.
she finally. I'll put it in the Google Chrome so you can. Okay, Lee Darlin. Lee Darlin, so much to talk about with our girl. We do have some talking points that we'll go through, hopefully in order. We'll try, but or maybe I'll try. I don't know. I lose it. I lose it when I talk.
I go feral.
I go for not feral, not feral, but like yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm a fan. Let's just put it that way. I'm a fan.
Not feral, but a fan. I see,
I'm
I
a fan.
see.
I'm a fan. Okay, so
Well, I go feral, so
yeah. Sometimes. So
sometimes,
I'm
yeah.
gonna open up the wiki so we can read her. Well, actually, we'll open up because we might have to dip into like the Immortal Soul, like their previous lore for the characters, because the Eternal Turn ones. So maybe we'll go with that first, Immortal Soul lore. And we'll go through like we'll compare it to like the current game lore. Okay,
Yeah,
so
makes
just reading
sense.
off of the story for Immortal Soul, so Immortal Soul Black Survivor. So Lee Dailin, her backstory is she's the only daughter, or sorry, I'll just read it. Okay, I was gonna paraphrase it. Stupid. She was the only daughter in a martial arts family. Her family chose to walk down the path of mastery over caring for her. Hence, she harbored negative feelings towards the martial arts. As an act of revenge, she got rid of the martial arts studio and secrets passed down for generations, and or she herself chose to live life abandoning her pride as a martial artist. When she runs out of money to buy alcohol, she looks for a job. She was well known as Beggar Lee in her hometown. And she is 26 from Hong Kong, and her occupation is a loafer. She's a loafer.
It'd be
But
so funny because if you dated her, she'd basically be like leeching off you the entire
yo,
time.
literally, yeah, like you'd be her
Yeah.
wallet, like her bag, and yeah, and then maybe once in a while she'd like beat you up. That's it.
She'd beat you up, be like,
Um,
"Where's my booze?"
yeah,
Smack.
literally, it's
You'd be
like
like, "Woman, please, I'm so sorry."
yeah, yeah. But I'd allow it.
I'd
Yeah,
allow it.
I'm a fan. Um, and then going through like the Eternal Return lore, so like the updated lore. Um, Lee Dailin was the only daughter of a martial arts family. I think it's pretty much copy pasted, mostly, except for some wording changes. Like to enact her revenge, she sold the martial arts studio instead of saying, "Oh no, yeah," as an act of revenge. Actually, it says that in both. Um, and instead of calling her a loafer in the Eternal Return wiki, they call her occupation is unemployed. So
It's a
a little
downgrade, that's
nicer in terms of
crazy.
connotation, but
Yeah.
st- still
Still a
basically
downgrade.
yeah telling his people that she just doesn't do shit all day except drink. um but yeah, what do you think of the backstory? I mean, personally, I think it's bad. Her parents are too busy to love her, and as a result, even though she ended up really good at what her family did, which was martial arts, she ended up not pursuing it as a having it as a passion at all, because it was just like she associated it with being abandoned, left alone.
Yeah, it is kind of funny because you can kind of I don't know if this is actually funny, but it's
Ah!
it's like they basically connected the entire like being Asian kids sometimes our parents a little they have our
A
their
little
expectations are a little
cold. Yeah, just a little
yeah.
cold with like high expectations.
Yeah, then they mix that in with, like, the entire Drunken Fist, culture meme, so they
Yep,
combined it just both ways. Because everyone that people do Drunken Fist, usually in every movie that they're portrayed in, they're lazy people that, like, don't seem to have any skills, and then they
yep,
get drunk and, like, beat the shit out of everybody,
yep.
and they just to get a step further with Dylan, they're like, "Yeah, she her family didn't care about her, her family wanted to get good," and then Dylan was super bitter about it. We don't quite know why yet because we don't know if like if she had like a celebration at school or at some point and they abandoned her or there were like
Mhm.
more deeper meanings to it. But for all we know, the Dylan story to me it just kind of feels like she was a Asian kid with the parents that liked martial arts, and then she just decided to be just decided to rebel and
Yeah,
sell
like do
off
her
the
own thing. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
very very relatable.
Yeah,
Very relatable.
no, for sure.
I would say if you're an Asian, yeah, that's it's a little. Um, but yeah, okay. So backstory, I think, like, what would you give it out of 10? I think it's pretty good. Like, it's obviously it's very like kind of vague, right? But all of the backstories in this vague. I
Yeah,
think
that's
by on
true.
purpose, yeah. But that just means that there's more room to like fill in the blanks. They have like more lore drops in the. They said they're gonna do, so I'm excited. um, but yeah, in terms of the actual backstory, I think it's pretty good. It's, I'd give it like a 8 or 9. The only reason I would deduct out of 10 is just because it's a little vague. Um, yeah, like it's got the setup for like a good story, really juicy story.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I think for me it needs a bit more. So I personally put like a 6 or a 7 just because I'd love to know what exactly her family did because just just her family just not being there for her is a little on the vague side because you could probably say that for any of the characters. I feel like at this point, but I want to know why specifically Dailin that was this bitter. Why
Yeah,
did family
true.
not caring for her?
Everyone on Illumia Island has family trauma. That's the
Yeah,
baseline, and then it's like whatever
yeah,
else you want to put in. No,
yeah,
it's just
exactly.
yeah, yeah. No, no, it's like yeah, I agree with you. There's definitely room that they can like fill in some stuff. So that's the only reason that it's not like super stellar lore. But that
But
just means
it
that
is
they
the
can add
norm
more.
for
They just means they
her.
add more.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
as a base, like oh, I think it's great, and I think it leans very well into her like you said, her aesthetic, like the drunken brawler aesthetic. Because it's
yeah,
like,
for
well, why do
sure.
you drink, right? You like, I mean, some people drink to escape their problems. So I'm pretty sure that's what she's doing.
You know, it's actually kind of
But
crazy that she bothers like putting on eyeliner every day because she has that like nice little like red eyeliner in all of her skins, and she's like, "I'm drunk, but I can at least do this when I'm drunk," and she's like
dude,
slaps it
she's
on
just that
and goes
cracked.
out.
Like she's just that
True.
cracked. I mean,
Yeah.
she could beat your ass up when she's drunk too. So I'm pretty sure her manual dexterity is very top tier. Very
Yeah, I
good.
mean, considering Metal Dexterity, like her Dragon Dance skin, she actually just cracks the ground with her foot. Like
Yeah.
how strong must her ankle be to just smash it into the ground and
Yup.
like raise
Yup.
up the earth?
Speaking
Oh
of like,
my
did
god.
you okay? This is a little like off tangent, but did you did you ever play Dynasty Warriors? That game, like the old.
No, I never got to play it.
Oh, okay, okay. But have you seen Dynasty Warriors? It's like, or like any of those kind of like, they call them like Muso games. Like,
Where you like smash a bunch of stuff like with your
yeah,
hands or
it's like,
something.
actually, what's that word? There's a Chinese word for this kind of martial arts genre. It's what's it? Wuxia, I think it's
Oh, Wuxia,
called.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, where it's like super dramatized. Like, these mans like they jump in the air and they float for like 30 minutes straight or some shit. Or
Yeah.
like yeah, like they'll hit the ground and like the earth fucking like shatters under them,
No, yeah,
Like
those are so funny,
yeah, yeah,
honestly.
yeah. So that they basically like Dynasty Warriors is like Wuxia like as a game. Like and they put it like the characters in Dynasty Warriors are like the ones from Romance of the Three Kingdoms. So like
Yeah, that
Lu
makes
Bu and
sense.
like yeah, all those people. So then it's like yeah, so that's like when I saw the Dragon Dance skin come out, I was like, this is some shit, this go hard. Like she breaking
Yeah.
the ground. There's like fire going out of her palms and shit. Like god damn, so
And it
good.
it really fits her palette right now because she's actually just destroying people with, like, 2 clicks at the moment.
Yeah.
That one's a little strong.
So
It's a
actually,
little bit.
that's a good it's a good segue. We can start talking about like okay, so what do you what do you think of her design? Um, thoughts, concerns, comments. I can start if you
Um,
want, or if you want to start. But like, I guess we can start with like the overall appearance. So looking at this classic skin picture, right? Like let's start with the classic skin, for example.
you know, her classic skin's also design. I think it's, like, very, like, inspired by Bruce Lee, obviously,
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah,
because it's the
or
yellow,
like
like,
Kill
martial
Bill.
artist. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like the
And
stripe, like two tone, fucking slim fit shit. Yeah.
yeah, for real, and it's just really funny because like, the way they describe her as a character really fits how she looks in game because she's, like, this lazy beggar that doesn't wanna do stuff and just drink all the time, so she's wearing Crocs, like, just
Yep.
straight up wearing Crocs, like,
The
she's
funniest shit, man. Just wearing Crocs. He's beating your ass and wearing Crocs.
no, yeah, exactly. She has, like, the beer bottle next to her, and her entire outfit's, like, very, like, loose and, like, it looks very low effort.
Hmm.
There's, like, no, like, fancy like because like, a lot of the characters have, like, fancy random shit happening, like, the like, chains, straps, like,
Yeah.
something really obnoxious, and Dylan's just, like, she threw on a jacket and pulled her pants up and then walked out for the day, like, that's all she did.
Yo, you facts, yo. Oh my god.
God knows when the
Um,
last time she watched a little, like I don't even know what that is, like, that's, like, kind of a crop top, but it's, like, a really triangular crop top or
yeah,
something.
like chopped off the belly crop top. I don't know,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I really like her design too. Like you said, I think it all fits that one theme of like yeah, like kung fu master. And then I mean her having like the gourd thing that she holds, I think that's just like they put that in as like an exaggeration because it could have just as easily been like a small
Like a
like
soju
a
bottle,
yeah,
yeah.
like a handheld or like a soju bottle, but I guess they really wanted to make something like outlandish or exotic, put in like this huge ass gourd, which is okay, it's cool. Um, but yeah, the Crocs were really like big selling point for me because like that shit's so funny. Like this bitch wearing Crocs, bro. Like literally just slob city out here. Like nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah,
But
she
like
really gonna
you
beat
know,
your ass with Crocs on.
yeah, yeah. But you know the funny thing is like yeah, even though like she has like kind of this sloppy clothes like or sloppy theme, right? It's like her hair is like so well done, and like her clothes are still like pretty like fitted, like like they're not just like random ass clothes you pull out of like a dumpster or something.
I mean, to be
Um,
fair, when you have the correct Asian genes, your hair is permanently conditioned well.
that is true. That is true. It'll never go gray either.
Yeah, never go
Um,
gray. Like you'll wake up and it's like tied around your neck because it just happens to slip around like that,
yep,
and you just like wave it a little bit and it like slips right out for some
yeah,
reason.
and like her eyeliner is super nice, super pretty, and like she's like super cute. Like her face is like so fucking cute. Little drunk blush and everything, and like the she has the kind of like the cat mouth, like the smuggy
Oh
mouth.
yeah, the colon 3.
Yeah, the colon 3 mouth. It's like super cute. I think the only thing that I thought was weird initially when I saw her was like her legs in this classic skin are like abnormally long. Like,
Yeah, but then you realize it's just a show return in general. The
yeah,
legs are
yeah,
really
yeah.
long.
I guess that's just the way they do their art. But like the legs, like when I first saw it, I was like, damn, like her legs are twice as long as her like upper body, and they're like really thin too. Like
Yeah, it doesn't really help that her pants like are really weirdly like they balloon
they're
out at the
shaped.
bottom.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like
it's
bell
like
bottoms.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So,
obviously that doesn't help at all when it comes to
but yeah,
how odd it
like
looks.
her, and I think also what is it, like Sylvia, where they're literally just like, yeah, like
All leg, nothing
all
else.
leg,
Yeah.
like literally all leg. But um, I don't know. But then I mean, I guess we can jump ahead a bit. But then when I played her in the game, right? I don't know if you noticed, but if you play glove Dailin, she doesn't actually punch you. She only kicks you. She never uses her hands. I don't know if you
Her and
noticed
Sanji
that.
get along so well from One Piece. They're basically the exact same person,
Yeah, I think
They
the
just
only time she
fire
uses her
feet.
hand is when you no, actually even when you glove skill, she just
Yeah,
kicks
she
you.
kicks, yeah.
Yeah, she never uses any of her hands in any of her skills. It's so funny. And then like nunchuck, well, she'll hit you with the nunchuck, right? But like when I first played Glove Island, that like I noticed that, I was like, wait, this bitch don't even use her hands, bro. Like she's
Yeah,
using
the gloves are
glove.
actually on her feet. Yeah, the gloves are on her feet,
Dude,
honestly.
those clogs are made of steel, I swear to God. And then
Yeah.
but I thought that was really cool because it was like one of those things that they don't like obviously tell you, but somebody like one of the devs or the people on the art team, they decided that to actually like put that in as like a consistent thing. It's
Yeah,
not
because
like it's a mix of kick and punches. It's like only kicks, so it's like even more styling. It's like yo, let's go. And then yeah, maybe it's just because like she has her hands too busy with holding like as like I don't know,
yeah, I mean,
but
if your hands get damaged, you can't drink alcohol. It's just how it is.
that's true. But that also like I mean it fits into like that drunken brawler theme because like like those drunken fighter characters they always fight in like these weird like ways, right? Like they don't use traditional like um straight punches and kicks like that. They do like weird shit, like they'll bend backwards and like slap you, or like they do
Yeah,
some wacky
exactly.
moves or whatever. So like her moves are all like that too. They're very like exaggerated and like swaggering and like like free flowing kind of thing. And they only use feet apparently. Sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. It's like 10 out of 10. I think that like they nailed it for that one. But yeah, like the legs, like you said, it's just them. It's just Eternal Return characters team. They love legs, I
Exactly.
guess. Okay, we can go through. We'll do skins later. Like we'll just stick with the classic skin for now. So we talked a little about the appearance, abilities. So I mean, I started a little bit with the abilities, not really abilities, but like auto attacks and stuff, and glove skill only using feet. But what do you think of her? What do you think of her skills? Like, obviously she's got the triple kick. She's got the drink. She's got the spit, and then she's got like the flying like Liu Kang fucking flying kick to like
Yeah, like kick your head off.
kick your head off. Yeah. In terms of I guess like how do you enjoy her skills? Do you like them? Obviously you like them because you're a Lee Dailin fan and I. But please tell us more about how much you like, what you like about them in particular.
Yeah, I think the obviously the her Q and E, like the kicks and the spit, they're pretty satisfying to use, especially the spit. When I know when I was a new player, I would so it's obviously sounds kind of it's a problematic and really powerful ability.
Yep.
It's like when you hit it, you can really feel the impact because people literally just don't play the game. Like there's a reason why LeBlanc and Cat Sidhe and League, their silences were removed because they were
Yeah,
very
because
easy to
it
land.
was
They're
just
point
like you
clicks.
can't play and I can play
Yeah,
for like 2 seconds.
exactly. And it was and obviously, like, all of us, like, if we had friends that came with us into the game, we all played squads, so I would play squads, land, like, a three-man silence, and that shit would be like, that shit would
Like
hit,
over,
right?
right? Yeah, the fight's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, because then you hit the silence, you hit 3 of them, they lose, like, 400 HP, then you spam Q, because silence Q was even more broken back then, they lose another 500 HP, and then,
Yep.
like, your headgen teammate presses ult, and then they're just deleted, and you're like, "Wow, that was really satisfying."
Yup, yup.
But,
But
yeah, it's actually kinda crazy, like, it's just obviously the kicks, when nunchuck swings around, when you, spit on people, it's all very satisfying. The W is kind of like a nice way to make her slightly less complex when it comes to aim and pressing buttons, because it's
yeah.
easier to utilize, obviously. You just understand when to press it, and she makes a cute little noise. She's like, "Haha," when she finishes drinking.
It's like look, 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 look.
Yeah,
Like a giggle, like
yeah,
but yeah,
a little
I also
sultry
agree.
giggle.
I agree. I agree. It's in terms of what you said about I guess like mechanical complexity, right? Character is like is very like low bar, like very easy to pick up and have fun with. Then like the I guess like the flow of her skills is very like linear or like easy to understand, right? It's just like I kick them 3 times, I spit on them, and then I flying kick them, and then they die.
Yeah,
And
the goal is very straightforward for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, I personally like characters like that because my mechanical skill is not that good. Like I have like average mechanical skill, right? So I prefer characters where it's like more about like either decision making or like spacing and things like that, where I don't have to think too much about pressing my buttons in a certain order. Like what's that example you use? Like Celine, right? Like
Oh,
Celine, you gotta
yeah.
have like god tier APM, bro. Like I can't. Like I can't do that shit. I'll like my fingers would be tripping over each other, and like if you press something in the wrong order, you just like fuck up your combo, right? But Lee Dalian's like very straightforward. It's just I get drunk, I press buttons, they die. Um, so I think that's in the sense of like yeah, if you're like a new player and you pick her up for the first time, like you're guaranteed to have fun with this. There's no way you don't enjoy it. Very, very easy to pick up and play, and then there's still room. Like there's still a very high skill ceiling, even though her skill set is very easy to use, like with your hands. But like Brand was saying with like the secondary effects on all her shit, like the silence and stuff, that's where it like becomes more complex, and then that's where you can kind of continue to get better at the game. So overall abilities, like I don't know, I'd give like 10 out of 10. I don't know about you, but what would you say in terms of design? Like
Yeah, I think the reason why I stuck to it is just because they were very satisfying. So yeah, the ability usage didn't play 10 out of 10. There are some cute things here and there where I think it might be a little overloaded, which is why she's constantly in a weird state. But having overloaded kit doesn't mean they aren't designed well. So she get a pass on that.
yeah.
My
Anyways, don't
little
nerf
drunk
her.
lady.
Nimblederon, if you're listening, don't nerf her. It's all good.
Yeah.
She's clean. She's great. Wonderful. Perfect.
She's been off the whiskey for like 3 weeks, guys.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
nerf her,
yeah. Cut her some
please.
slack. She's a little cranky. She's in withdrawal.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think also like it's all her skills I think match like that again, like that drunken brawler fighting style, right? It's like very unpredictable, very weird, non standard like martial arts techniques. I mean the kick, for example, like she basically like break dances on you, like the first and second kick, she like slides towards you, like doing like she's like a low kick into like I think a side kick. I'm not sure. I had to look it in the game. And then the third one's like a flip kick into a stomp, like it like lands on the ground and like breaks the ground or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she
Um,
literally whacks you with her fucking heel and shatters your skull with it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what can you not
She
like
like
about
domes you,
that?
literally just like what's that Yuki skill? Like head to toe, like except it's
Yeah.
like this time like her foot instead of a
Yeah,
sword.
and her foot hurts more than her sword sometimes, which
Yeah,
is crazy.
literally. Yeah. And then like the spit move is like another thing, like drunken fighters. Um it makes sense to drunken fighter would use that. It's like kind of like this unpredictable like shit, right? It's just like oh like throwing like or another example would be like throwing sand in your face, that kind of thing. It's like a little bit like dirty fighting, but it's like I mean you don't give a fuck, right? If you're if you're a
Yeah, when you're
drunken brawler.
drunk, when you're as drunk as they are, you're just like,
Yeah,
"Well, I'm trying
it's
to
like I just
fucking
want to
spit in
win,
your
bro. I
face."
just want to win. Like screw your honor or whatever. Um
Exactly.
and then I think also like her ultimate in terms of like the drunken fighter stuff is like I think it fits perfectly because it's so fast, right? Like her travel speed is so fast, and like most of these drunken brawler like character designs or whatever, or like if you see them in shows and stuff, it's like the whole like drunken brawl style is like kind of it's misleading. It's like you use a lot of these like slow or like seemingly non-powerful moves, and then all of a sudden like you just like pop them like out of nowhere with either like one of those moves that actually hurts a lot more than it looks like it should, or like you just suddenly like move really really quickly, like you know you pull a lot of power out of like your ass basically like suddenly. And I think her ultimate is literally like that's what it is, right? It's like the kill button, because it's you're like kind of like doing all these like lazy shit like triple kick, whatever, and then like you're spitting on them, and all of a sudden you just like fly really fast towards their face, and it's like I'm here now. Like literally, just what's that Dragon Ball Z shit? Like teleports behind you, like nothing personal, kid.
Oh yeah, nothing
It's
personal.
like
Let
out
me
of
just
nowhere,
delete
right? It's like
you.
what are you supposed to do? So, but yeah, like that's I think it's just so good. Like it fits her theme so well, like super super. Um, and then weapons. We can talk about weapons. So obviously she only has two, which is glove and nunchuck. And I already mentioned the whole glove thing where she only uses her feet, but she never like gets her hands dirty with your dirty ass, your stinky ass. Um, but nunchuck I think is really cool too, animation wise. Like you said, it's like the nunchuck like spins around. I think I don't know how they animated it, but I'm pretty sure the weapon, like the nunchuck weapon, is also like a separate like jiggle bone or whatever, because it's you can see it like kind of like
Bouncing around, yeah.
bouncing around like when she's moving and stuff, like separate from the character. Like it doesn't seem like it's attached to the character's animation, which is really cool. Um, and then obviously it's a nunchuck, so you beat people with sticks. Like what more do you want?
Yeah, you have an inefficient weapon, and this lady's just like flipping everywhere and just destroying you. Like, what can you do about it?
Yep,
Thing, just get destroyed, idiot.
yep. And the like the nunchuck skill, like it's got the edgiest fucking name, bro. Like Breath of the Dragon, bro. It's just like, oh shit, did we motherfucker Bruce Lee out here? Like, oh shit. And then we just
No,
like
actually, it's
it's so
just making
good, bro.
kickflips. Yeah, I know. It's so funny though because the ability is so underwhelming if you don't have if you don't hit the stun
Yeah. But
because
it's hype moments, bro. You hit the stun. You're like, that yo, you like, hello YouTube, like clip this shit. It's so
yeah.
good. You make montages out of that shit.
Actually, now that I think about it, it actually the way it's worded is also even funnier because dragons like they can either breathe on you really hard if they're pissed off, which would be the full charge version, or they just like lazily puff on you and
Yep.
like blow you away, which would be the uncharged version. So it's actually like I think Aesop probably developed it, and I doubt he had that in mind, but it's a really, really good way to just convey the general feelings of the spell.
Yeah, and I don't know who was it. Aesop that did the translation for the English, like all the English skills, or did they actually have somebody else
I
do it?
I do wonder who exactly, because I don't know if like they asked people to, or if maybe Wendy helped out, or who
Yeah.
signed on for that. But it's a
But
definitely a good
because
question.
these are English. Okay, there's another thing I want to go over too, which I can just mention now. So, you know her passive, right? It's like blood alcohol content.
Yeah,
Um, but there's like the other part of the passive is like the empowered basic attack, which is like the double hit, right?
yeah,
And I don't know if you noticed or if anyone in the chat knows before, but the name of that buff when you have the empowered attack is called dialed in,
yeah.
right? And when I
That's a really
first saw that,
funny
I was like,
thing.
this is there is no way this is a coincidence because her name is Lee Dial In, and this
Yeah,
passive is called Dialed In, and I was like, bro, like it, like you would have to be a native English speaker, right, to make that pun. Because if you just did like a translation, it wouldn't be the same shit, right? It would just be
yeah.
like
There's so many
strong or
puns in the
something,
game.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But when I saw that, I was like, that is so good. Like it's fucking called dialed in. Oh my god. So
yeah. The puns go so crazy, honestly.
yeah. So then like and yeah, it's just like her skills are just great. Um, and I feel like maybe like you said, she was one of like the first characters, right? Like early on.
To be
So
released, the part of the original set. Yeah,
yeah, so maybe she was like designed during what you would you call that golden age of herbs.
yeah. When
Back
everyone
when
was broken
they
as shit.
yeah, when everyone well like it's like there's two ways to balance a game, right? It's like nerf everybody or make everybody OP. And like back then I guess their idea was just to put out characters, and if they're OP, fuck it, we'll just make everybody OP, right? Cuz then it's just like, yeah, balance cuz everyone's OP. Um
Exactly. Yeah.
and then now they're kind of going towards like that more uh logical way of okay, everyone can't be OP because we
Yeah.
can't control the game anymore after that. So
Yeah, because you know for a fact that Medina was released back then, she would have, like, a hedge and teleport on one of her abilities,
yeah,
and everything else
you'd have the
attached
like,
to
wall
it.
dash and everything. Like it'd be gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was really funny that her passive like in power attacks called dialed in, and then they actually even make use of her like being drunk to like give her like an in-game buff. Like that's so cool too. It's like kind of like breaking the fourth wall, right? Because it's just like okay, I'm drinking in the game. I'm actually drunk. The only thing I'm missing now is me drinking while I play the game in real life. And sometimes
Yeah,
I do that. So
exactly.
it's like
It
three
does
levels
happen!
of immersion.
Yeah.
I'm drinking in the real life. I'm drinking in the game, and my character in the game is drunk. It's like oh, dude,
It's perfect.
so
Yeah.
perfect. Three levels of immersion. How deep can we go? My
No,
God,
it's so funny,
Dial
honestly.
Inception, bro.
Yeah, actually, though.
Too good, too good. But
As a new player, though, it was actually really hard for me to understand what Dailin did because the way her spells were worded was, like, so odd. Because I remember,
mhm,
I used to think I think the summary was never updated.
mm,
So, at one point, the summary says, like, "Oh, like, your basic attacks will be empowered when you use your drink," but that didn't end up being in the game until, like, I think they shadow buffed Dylan's passive to have that randomly because I know that wasn't in there before. But then
mhm.
one day, Binky was like, "Hey, did you see this buff on our W? Like, was this there in the past?" And I was like, "No, it wasn't." But
Suddenly, drunkenness enabled. Feels good, man. Like
yeah, exactly.
it's like you're allowed to be drunk. Let's go. Let's fucking
Uh,
go. Like, oh my
it's also
God.
so funny. There's been so many characters are so flavorful, and it doesn't really make me sad to say, but it just makes me like it is kind of unfortunate that some characters they're lacking certain things that other characters have just because they're more aware of overloaded characters being bad.
Yeah. I want to see more gimmicks like this. Like getting drunk in game gives you like extra shit. That's fun. I think that's so fun.
Yeah.
It also helped me learn all the booze recipes in the game.
Oh yeah.
So now I make booze on everybody, even though I don't play Dailin. Like I won't be playing Dailin, but I'll have like 10 whiskey cocktails, bro. Like, yo, let's go. Like if
It's
I'm
actually
getting
really
lit.
crazy. The herbal liquor, or not the herbal, the flower liquor and the Kaoyang liquor, or which one that was. They're really really good right now. Like they both give you 6 per like singular craft.
Have you ever had those in real life?
No, I
I feel like
think
it's based on real
maybe
shit, right? Like actual
oh yeah,
Chinese liquor.
probably. Yeah, I'd assume so, but it's probably disgusting.
Oh, okay. Because I've had
I hear
whiskey
too
cocktails
often.
before, and those are like, yeah, I'm not really
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
really a whiskey drinker, so I don't know. But yeah, like the other ones like Kalang liquor, flower liquor, herbal liquor, Baiju.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, those are all named off of like real things. Like Baiju is like actual thing you can drink. I,
Yeah.
I don't think it's that good.
I don't think it's that yeah, I
I
mean, a
never
lot of
had it, but it
Chinese
doesn't sound because it's like hard liquor, right? It's like
yeah.
spirits and distilled in some guy's basement for like
No, it's funny because my parents also hate drinking, but they specifically told me that Chinese liquor is really gross.
yeah,
So, I just personally never touch it because I've heard too many stories about it being, like, really nasty, so I'm
yeah,
like,
sick nasty, yeah.
yeah, because like, and my parents, like, don't like alcohol in general, but very specifically, like, Chinese alcohol is even worse. I'm like, "You know what, maybe I just won't touch that shit." Like, they can have their own ball in the corner if they wanna drink it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What did we go over so far? Appearance, abilities, weapons. Anything else you want to say about the weapons in general, or are you good? We can move on
Yeah,
to
I no, honestly, like, I'm really surprised that they never ended up giving Dylan access. I mean, it'd be really broken because the stats aren't too good, but I was really expecting to get, like, a sword at some point, like, either rapier or,
they just let her
two-handed
use
sword.
Revenge of Gujian as a weapon.
Yeah, but, like, 'cause, like, the martial arts, like, the entire martial arts thing, like, when you think martial arts, you always think of a sword, like
Yeah, okay. You need your fists, nunchucks, a Dao sword, and you need the spear, like the glaive.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, but somehow, like, I think Dylan would be really broken with those 2 weapons because of how they're statted, but it always made me sad that I couldn't see Dylan, like like fly towards someone like those wuxia movies and like slice someone 4 times with a sword, you
Yo,
know?
legit.
Because it could be an animation probably, right? Like
Maybe,
she could probably like
yeah.
glide at someone and then do like an omni slash on their ass.
Yo, that means fucking hype. I would
Yeah,
actually
but and
scream.
that could happen too. Like that could easily be a thing, but
Okay,
they just
okay.
never
So
did
when they
it.
when they release the Guan Yu Dailin skin, they're gonna give her spear, and then she's gonna do that straight up.
Bro, yeah, it's true though,
She's
actually.
gonna fly towards them, like windmilling the spear, and then you're just gonna like see like 20 cuts appear on the guy, and it's just dead.
Yeah.
Feels so good.
No,
Just sushi
it'd
chef
be
their
so
ass. Like,
lit.
yeah, it's a good skin
Yeah.
too. The Immortal Soul like Guan Yu Dailin,
Yeah, no, it's so cool. Like
and
it's
then
just funny because
fuck, I'm gonna pull up right now because I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys. There's a description in the line of that lore that's an actual reference to that story of Guan Yu. This okay, so I don't know if you guys can see. I'll zoom in. Okay, but I'll read it as well. So it says, oh my god, what the fuck is happening with my thing? Okay, so it says like, "Ha, so troublesome. I'll return before the drink gets cold." Um, do you know where that's from, Brad? That's an actual quote.
my parents didn't tell me much about Guan Yu's stories. They always told me about the Zhuge Liang stories because he was the smart one.
Oh, okay, okay, so, okay, okay, but yeah, okay,
Joking,
anyway,
but that is actually what
yeah. So
happened.
this is an actual quote that's apparent is allegedly said by Guan Yu. Like, so basically, the during the Romance of the Three Kingdoms period, they had like an alliance of warlords, right, to go and fight against like the corrupt, the then corrupt like emperor or whatever. Um, and in this like Guan Yu is part of this alliance of warlords, right? And then apparently at one point, there was like this battle where basically the emperor sent one of his like best officers or whatever to go and like stop these warlords from like doing whatever they're fucking doing, right? And this officer like stood outside the warlord's like stronghold and he like challenged each warlord one by one to fight him like one on one, right? In
Hmm,
like a duel. So
yeah.
basically what happened is like apparently what happened is they all went out one by one and they got like killed by this officer because he was like so god, right? Like he's like so good. And then Guan Yu went out and before he went out he apparently said this. So like what they did is like every time before they send the guy to go duel, they would toast him. Like they would toast with some heated wine, right? As like kind of like your last drink before you like go and fight
Yeah.
this guy because he might not come back. So Guan Yu took this toast and he said after he drank or like he didn't drink the toast. He said, "I'll actually come back before it gets cold because it's heated, right?" And he went
What a
out and he
badass.
fucked the guy up. He actually went out, he killed the guy, and he came back. So I was like, yeah. And then when I saw this skin line, and I was like, it's literally referring to that specific thing that he allegedly said. And I was like, that is so fucking cool. And then the skin looks like sick. Like, look at that shit. The
Yeah, no,
armor
this
and
skin's
everything,
so good.
and the
And
spear. Like the spear is so cool. So I hope they give her spear.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
yeah, once the moment the spear comes on Dailin, she actually will just become a better Felix because then she can spear skill into ult and that shit would be so busted.
yo, let make it
Could you
happen.
imagine?
Nimble
Q
Neuron, make
Q
it
Q
happen.
spear skill ult? Oh
Nimble Neuron, you
god.
listening? You listening to
Yeah,
Neuron? Make it
bro.
happen. Make that shit happen.
She
For
will
real.
be so balanced, smile.
Yeah, yeah. Let it happen. Okay. Okay. We're Lee Dallin.
Exactly.
Everyone's a Lee Dallin fan. I know. There's a Lee Dallin fan on the dev team, bro. I know you're listening right now. Like,
Yeah, she hasn't been nerfed, so there has to be a fanboy.
there has to be a buff coming for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah, that's sorry about that tangent. I digress. But yeah, first skins or maybe one day spear Dylan. Um,
One day,
one day.
Smooch.
Okay, well, since we were talking about skin, let's move on to the skins. So I'm just gonna pull up the skins like one by one, basically, and we can
Yep.
compare them. So obviously we had the classic skin. So one. Yeah, the classic skin, we already went through that. So next one, I don't know which one do you want to see because we have Jade Drifter, we have Rebel, and we have Dragon Dance. I guess maybe we go in order of release then.
Yeah, we go
So
to release. It's
Jade,
more
yeah,
easiest.
Jade Drifter would be first. This is Jade Drifter up on the stream as well. Jade Drifter, there she is.
Looking
Very,
adorable.
very, very pretty. It's like super cute. Even though when I first saw this skin announced, I was like, it's kind of a recolor, right? Because it's just like her jacket went green. But then after like I looked at it closer, then I was like, oh yeah, like she got the little pandas everywhere now. Like they added pandas onto everything. Just different Crocs, like little pandas, like soju pandas on them. Even the thing that she's drinking is like a panda soju, right? Like super super cute. It didn't really it didn't change any of her animations in the game or anything, but I mean we get to see more of her tummy, I guess, if you're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a better angle of her tummy.
And but yeah, like when I first saw it come out, I was like, I mean, I bought it anyway because I was a Dailin fan, right? So I was like, yeah. But I mean, it's a good skin. I think it's a good skin. I'd give it a solid 7 or 8.
Yeah, I think since it was the first one for Dailin, it was I think at this point in the game, the, really fancy ones weren't quite being turned out as much, so it looks really good at the time
Yeah,
because it
this is
was,
like one of the first like couple skins that started coming out. It was really cool.
yeah.
But I was hoping that it wouldn't just be like the I thought this was gonna be like the port of the Guan Yu skin because the Guan Yu skin's also like green. And
Oh, I
I was like,
see.
yeah, I was worried that they wouldn't actually bring the Guan Yu skin into the game. But then I realized that there's also like there's a tourist Dailin in the Immortal Soul one. I think that's what this one is based off of.
Yeah, because she's drifting, yeah, because you can tell she put a little more effort into her outfit. She has, like, straps, which usually means more effort, and
Yeah, and
she has a
I'll
look
put
as
it up
boost.
on the stream so we can compare. But so the one on the left there is like the Jade or the tourist one for Immortal Soul, and then like the one on the right that I have bigger is like the Jade Drifter. I'm pretty sure that's like where the link is.
Yeah, it's,
Um,
like, pretty close,
yeah,
honestly.
it's pretty close. But yeah, good solid skin, good solid skin. Mm. Next we have Rebel. This one I know is when it came out, like all the Dylan fans were screaming because they're like, "Ooh, like the red, it looks so hot, like let's go, right?" And they're like, "Damn, looking edgy as hell." And this is like obviously the schoolgirl one, right? So people were happy about that. I think she's drinking from like a thermos. It looks like.
Yeah, she's gonna block with the metal thing now, this time.
Yeah, it's like a metal thermos that has one of those like cooler wraps around it, like it's made of like foam or whatever, so like keeps it cold. I mean, she still has the little
Yeah.
pandas everywhere, so it's really cute, right? But I think definitely like in contrast to the green from Jade Drifter, like the red here, it really really stood out, and like everyone was going like, "Oh, that looks so cool! Like the color scheme is so great." So I was very happy about this skin when I bought it.
Yeah, I think for me, the big thing is, like, the outfit's also much more modern or, like, modern casual, so it's, like, an
Yeah,
actual outfit I could see on people,
yep.
which was, like, pretty nice because, obviously,
Bringing your
outfits that are
waifu,
real
bringing your
yeah,
waifu
outfits that are
one step
real.
closer to being real.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, you know, life was good for Dylan Mains, man. It came out so good.
Exactly.
Out of and then what would you give this out of 10, or maybe like compared to Jade Drifter? Like, which one do you like better between Jade Drifter and
I like this one just because I like, I guess, more plain outfits more, so
uh
this one's a bit more
okay.
plain on the top right. The skirt's a little like, the skirt and the, like I don't really know if those are shoes or whether her fucking, like, sleeves are at the bottom.
Hmm.
I think, that's a little bit zero, but the top is much, much cleaner, so I like it more.
Yeah, I agree. I like the Rebel one more too, but also because I like the red color scheme more than the
Yeah.
green one. This one for sure. Um, and the last one we have, and obviously this is the best one. Wait, enough said.
Yeah, yeah, pretty
There's no
much.
argument. There's literally no argument. This
There's
skin
nothing you can
is
say.
fucking cracked. It's in fucking sane, bro. Like Dragon Dance Lee Dailin, and obviously they released it for Chinese or Lunar New Year too, right? At the same time, and I
Mhm.
was like, yo, like I love this game. I love Return Return. I love Nimble Neuron, bro. Like this is so good. Everything about this skin just goes so fucking hard, bro. Like, okay, first of all, this one shouts out all the leg lovers out there, but the tights, bro. Okay, listen, the tights so fucking good. The shading on the tights is also so fucking good. Okay, the color
Yeah,
scheme, red and gold, absolutely like stellar. Because the other thing
there's
with
so much detail on this
yeah,
compared to
and
all the
I'm
other
pretty sure
skins.
this one they outsourced this. I'm pretty sure because if you compare to their previous ones, it's not like the shading and stuff is not as or it's like yeah, just like the way they colored it is not the same in the previous skins. But this one I'm pretty sure they
Yeah,
outsourced or something. And like red and gold is like those are colors associated with like royalty and power, like for Chinese culture, if I'm not mistaken. Um
I think so. Yeah,
I know for like yellow for sure is like like the color of royalty, I think, for China or like
yeah.
Chinese
Worst comes to
emperors.
worst, you just call Red Violet. So she's gonna beat you up in royalty colors, but with violence attached.
Yeah, and then like the name like Dragon Dance refers specifically to like a ceremonial dance that's done during Lunar New Year. That's really cool. She has like the little horns kind of like at the top
The
where her
dragon
buns
horns.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're like
yeah.
dragon horns, but they're not dragon horns like the kind of dragon you would see in medieval Europe dragons. These are specifically the Asian dragons. Like the I don't know how you
The really
pronounce it.
long,
It's
skinny
like
ones.
Qilin, right? Like Qilin.
I never actually looked too much into Chinese lore, so I actually have no idea.
Oh, okay, because so I looked it up because I'm like a Giga nerd, and I think it refers specifically to there's like a mythological. It's not a dragon really. It's like a beast. It's like a chimera beast that
Okay,
has some aspects of like a dragon in it, but it's also kind of like lionish and like fishy, like a little bit fishy because it has scales.
I see.
I'll try to get a picture here on the. You can see it, right, Brandon? Already. Um,
Yeah, I can see it.
but this is a chillin. I don't know how to chillin. I think it's pronounced chillin because QI in Chinese is like chi.
Yeah, it's like
So
Keelan or something.
yeah, yeah. So this is what it looks like, right? And it's like not really like a typical dragon you would see from like Europe, because those ones are like more lizard like. This one is kind of like a I don't know,
It's like a
like
horse with
yeah,
a
it's like a
lynx
horse with
tail and a dragon
scales
head.
and yeah, dragon head,
Yeah,
right? And it's if we read Wikipedia, it's like it's a legendary hooved chimerical creature that appears in Chinese mythology, is said to appear with the imminent arrival or passing of a sage or illustrious. And I
yeah,
don't know the
and Dragon
one
Dance Islands
for
rules the skin department for herbs, so it really fits.
yeah, and like I mean the dragon in like Chinese mythology is like a very prevalent mythological creature as well. Like not just for this one, but for other things.
Yeah,
So yeah, this skin like when they called it Dragon Dance and like it has like these kind of like Chilean elements in it. It was like super super good. And like even the fucking gourd, bro, like it has like a golden dragon like around it with the little ball like holding the ball in its mouth. Like um I don't know how many Chinese restaurants you've been to, Brand, but like they always have like that giant fucking like wall mural thing with like the
oh
dragons
yeah,
on it and like they're
yeah.
holding these balls in their mouths and like I saw this, I was like, this is like the most like Chinese New Year skin you could ever put out, and it's great.
No, it
Actually
really is.
too
It's actually kind
good.
of crazy.
That is too good. And like obviously we can't show it here, but like the animations in the game change. Like you're like all her attacks get all fiery and shit. And there's like like fire dragons like following your moves and everything, like when you do the attacks.
hmm
It's too good, man. It's too good. Like, and I'm pretty sure this thing, like, I think it sold the most, right?
Yeah, it was the most popular skin by far, for
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
Like, remember? Did you watch that like the English dev stream or whatever recently, like a week ago
Yeah,
or so?
yeah,
Yeah, and then they were like doing like that stat thing. They were like just for fun, like, oh, here's like the most popular skins like in the game. This was the most popular skin. This
yeah,
is
by
actually the most
far.
popular skin. And then the other thing they said was like, among all the Dailin players, more than half of people who played Dailin, they use a skin. So like she's like, they love her enough to like buy a skin. So like yo, Dailin Nation go hard, yo. Dailin Nation is loyal to our queen, bro. Like we've all buying skins out
Yeah.
here.
No,
Anything
yeah,
for the
because it's so
girl.
much. Dude, when you have a character that's, like, attractive and also, like, pretty good, it's
Yeah,
just
yes sir, yes sir. The winning combination. How do you lose?
exactly.
Yeah, even if
And
you
can you
lose in
imagine if
game,
you're
you lose in
strong?
you still win in real life. Like even if you lose in game, because you know you have the better skin,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah, like this skin, man, just if they put out more stuff like this, and I think this is what like epic skin tier or legendary skin tier. I don't know, like
Mhm.
purple, right?
Somewhere around there,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, if they put more of this shit for like other characters too, like oh my, God, so blessed, so good.
Yeah. God, I personally hope that they add one for Celine, just, like, make I know that she has one already, like, the little, like what is it called? The
Diffusal agent.
yeah, diffusal agent one. It's, like, kind of they updated her bombs a little bit, but honestly, I don't like that skin because the silhouette looks really awkward, 'cause she looks so, like, bulky. It's
Yeah,
like
because she's
Samus,
wearing
but
like
not
the
Samus.
armor, like Samus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also like that one's like an uncommon tier, like a green tier one. So I would
Yeah,
expect
so we're
they'll
happy
put out.
enough that it has stuff. Yeah, the
Yeah,
fact
they'll
that
put
bombs are
out other
changed at
ones.
all? Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But for sure, like if they put out more skins like this, like I mean, if they have a skin like this one, Dragon Dance, it just shows that they have the capability to put out skins like this, which means that there's more
Mhm.
coming in the future for sure. It's just like they described in the dev stream, it's like it's a long process, right? Like it takes a lot of different people to put out a skin and animate it and put it in the game. So who knows?
Yeah,
I'm patient.
exactly.
I don't really care. I already have this one. I'll live with this. Well, the next one comes around, and then I'll spend money again. So you know, um, okay. And then the last topic we have here for this skin part is just looking at the Immortal Soul skins. Which one would you want to like bring over from Immortal Soul? So obviously we have
Um,
classic, Master Lee Dailin. I think this is just like their version of like a green tier one. It doesn't look too good, I'll be honest. Um, and she also looks like a kid for whatever reason.
yeah.
Looks like a child. Tourist, we already have Jade Drifter, Hanfu Dailin. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really like this one that much. Like it's really elegant looking and stuff, but I don't think it would look good in Eternal Return specifically. And I think if they did it, they would put it as a green, like a green tier. Like it
Most
wouldn't be
likely,
epic or
yeah.
anything. And then like yeah, you would buy it like if you like this aesthetic, right? But they wouldn't make anything fancy out of it like the Dragon Dance one. So what do you
Yeah, I
think?
personally think out of all the ones I see, I think the one I liked the most when I looked originally was the combat stance one, but it's a little too close to Rebel, I think, with the like crop top going on. But there's no jacket, so maybe it's enough of a break in the like
Yeah.
uniqueness. That was the one I liked the most though, personally. Like the Hanfu and the Queen of Night ones were fine, but like you said, I
I
don't
guess
know if
this
they
this,
translate as
this would be like
well.
the prestige version of like the Hanfu one because it's just the same thing but like gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, but okay,
It's a little
yeah.
more elegant,
This
but
skin right here, yo, Hoodlum Dial In. I need this shit. I need this
mhm.
shit so bad.
Yeah,
It looks so good. Oh my gosh, she looks like the baddest bitch, bro. Holy shit.
true.
Dude, her like cheap out thing here is not even like covering her back, bro. She has open back. Like it's
Yeah.
like I don't know how this section where her armpit is like holding on. Hold on, let me enable the cursor so you guys see me like hovering it.
So
Okay.
funny, honestly.
Um hopefully it comes. Uh-oh. Oh. Ah, okay. So yeah, you guys see my cursor. Like this section here, I don't know how this shit is staying like flat. You know, because if it was cloth, it would just like flip forward, right? No, I don't know. But all she has is this one strap going in the middle around her back, and it's like an open back, like cheap out. But like she's like she's so hot, bro. Like look at her hair. She got like the Yankee hair highlights going on. Yo, so good,
Lost,
bro.
lost, lost, lost.
Lost, dude. The spiky heels. Let's go, baby. Oh my god.
No, it's honestly too good.
It's like
It's
punky looking. Oh,
yeah.
short hair. Oh, lost. So good.
The
I need it in
the
the
hood one
game.
is really, really, really good for sure.
I need it in
Because
the
it
game.
also updates her so much. Like again, like no jacket,
Yeah,
short
yeah,
hair.
yeah. It's a completely different outfit and everything. So I don't know. And I think, I mean, unfortunately, I don't think they could make any special animations out of this. Maybe they just make like gold trims on everything. I don't know, like black and gold attack animations.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
it wouldn't go above like a blue tier skin. in that case, because it wouldn't be changing anything like drastically.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, okay. What do we have? We have Guan Yu. Obviously, we said they're gonna give her spear when they put this skin out, right?
Yeah, easy.
And then this is gonna be like a legendary tier skin with the spear specifically.
Yeah, you have to. It's pay to win now. You have to have the
Yeah,
skin
it's pay
to
to
equip
win.
it.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And then, but it would be absolutely like cracked, like the overpowered skin. They
of course,
change
of
all the
course.
animations, make everything look super sick. They reanimate a whole new line of frames just for the spear moveset and everything. Yep, pay to win skin, baby. We need it
Easy
in the game.
peasy.
Are you listening, Nibble
Yeah,
Nard? We need it in the game, please. Then
right
we
now everyone will
have
pay for it.
what is this? New Year's Drunker. I don't know what this means, but sounds
She's
okay.
just
I
getting drunk
guess
on New Year's.
getting drunk
It's
on
like
New
not
Year's.
bad.
Dude,
Yeah,
she got the fucking the Chinese dress, dude, with the overpowered leg split here.
yeah.
This is the GG. This is like yeah, this is a GG fashion design. Yep. Yeah. Open back with a
Oh yeah,
tattoo. The firecrackers. What is she drinking? I don't know what this says. Vodka? Just like a
probably it's
normal.
something. Probably something hard as hell.
Uh,
Honestly.
yo, mouth time, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this dress is just really really elegant, so it's very nice. But maybe this, I mean, they put Dragon Dance out, right? So maybe they won't do this one. Let's see. Then we have combats. This is one you were talking about, combat stance.
Yeah, combat stance.
Okay,
I mean, it
she
just looks cute.
looks, yeah, she looks super cute. Little
Yeah, it's just
flowers, heart thing here.
yeah.
Yeah, her legs still look. This leg looks broken. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I just don't look at that leg
It
honestly.
actually looks like it snapped the wrong way. Like it went
No,
like
they
this.
definitely, someone definitely kicked it in, and she had to take a picture, and then she was
True,
like,
true,
"Well,
true.
hopefully I don't notice."
But I agree with you. Yeah, it's like very cute looking. So I yeah, port it over, Nibbles around wherever you are listening.
Seems very easy to port as a uncommon, honestly.
Yep. Okay, Rebel Dailin we already got in our game, but I think in comparison to this one looks so much better. Compared to like the one we have in Eternal Return. Also, she gets a giant bamboo stick, bro. Like,
That's the spear right there, bro.
yeah, that's
That's what
this
we're
either
missing out on.
spear or bat, bro. Like straight up.
Yeah, true.
Like, just give her mallet. Cause I want this. I want this giant bamboo stick in the game. Like, I want to beat people with the bamboo stick.
That's a
With
little
this
violent, my
skin.
good sir.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously they're not gonna do it because they already released, you know, Rebel Lee Dailin in the game.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
the closest we got. But yeah, dude, the little tie being like completely undone. If you don't realize already, I have a soft spot for Yankee girls. Or what do they call them
Yeah.
in what's the stereotype called? It's like Yankees or Gyarus? Like,
I
like
think Yaru's. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I have taste, guys. Preference.
Yeah. I have taste.
I have taste. And then we have Sweet Lee Dailin, which I guess is like are these like alcoholic chocolates?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But she gets like a cute little like IRL, like if you went on a date, you'd actually probably see her like this, but you never will because you played this game.
True. Exactly. She never
Yeah,
see you IRL.
she'll never be real.
She's never
Um,
gotta be real. Not you getting up and close for that shit,
yeah,
bro.
but
Oh
yeah, like
no.
this is like the IRL, right? Like the IRL Dylan. Like if she was gonna be like an actual human.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
An actual human.
so you guys hear that? Herbs girls, you want to cosplay this? Yo, Herbs guys, you want to cosplay this? Low key, it's
Herbs
probably
guy's
like really low
true.
budget cosplay because you just gotta buy like these clothes, right?
Just a yellow, yeah, like yellow sweater and like a black shorts, some
Yeah, like a
tights. There you
skirt.
go.
Yeah, tights. These could be
Dude, men
like
wearing
any like just
tights.
random like Skechers running shoes, like who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what's funny? Imagine like people try to cosplay this and like you know those memes where like they look up like something a character wore in like a show and they look it up online and it's like Louis Vuitton like $500 or some shit. And they're like, oh yo, this character got drip. Like what's
Yeah.
going
How
on?
did
Like
you
that's
afford this shit,
it's gonna
bro?
be the
Like,
same for her. Like they're gonna look up this like black skirt and it's gonna be like some crazy fashion branded skirt, like top tier fashion brand, and it's gonna be like four
yeah.
hundred dollars.
It's like, how on earth did you afford this dial? Will
Yeah.
we ever know?
Yo,
Probably
she
not.
sold the martial arts studio, man. She made bank.
Oh, true. She has that
Uh,
money now. That's true. That's true.
yeah. Then we have
That's so funny though.
obviously the skin we all need. Oh, Late
Made.
Dailin. Dude, she even has okay, this bottle is fucking Johnny Walker. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen Johnny Walker in real life, but this is based off a real actual bottle of like whiskey. Um and I don't know how they didn't get copyrighted for this shit, but it looks exactly the fuck like the
Is
shape and
change the label a
everything.
little bit.
Yeah, they just like blur the label or whatever, but everything else looks the same. And she even has like this is like Heineken, right? Like some can
Yeah,
of beer is Heineken. It's obviously Heineken. But yeah, made Dailin like we need it in the game. Okay, like obviously,
she'll just clean your house while totally trashed.
dude. What kind of maid cleans your house in combat boots? Like, look at this.
I mean, she has to make sure she doesn't slip when she's cleaning your house.
So little she, dude, she a bad bitch. That's all I'm gonna say. We need this skin in the game, yo.
She
We
a
need she
bad
a bad
bitch.
bitch. We need this skin in the
Oh, that's
game
so funny.
ASAP, yo. Like it couldn't come any sooner. It literally couldn't come any sooner.
No, you're right. It really could. It could come sooner. Actually, could come right now. Please,
Dude, you know what'd
I
be
beg
so
you.
sick? It's like if they animate it so it's like every time she does the triple kick, it's like a puff of dust like comes out. And she's like dusting your ass. And then the
Yeah,
last one is like
yeah,
a big puff of like feathers and dust and you're just dead.
yeah. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Or like obviously the spitting one is like she just spit, but like yeah, like the dust puffing and like that kind of thing, that would be sick.
Hmm.
So
That'd be
but
really
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
True.
And I think that's it. They just have like these live 2D animations, but yeah. I don't know, man. For sure. Made Dailin, we need it. Probably Sweet Dailin, we need it. We need to rework Rebel Blade Dailin with the stick. Combat stance, we
True.
need it because she's cute. I mean, this one
And
we already
Unbreaker
have as
leg.
Dragon Dance, but you can put it into. We need it.
Yeah, we still need it. Don't
We
worry
still
about
need
it.
it. Guan Yu Dailin, we need it. Spear Dailin, we need it. Need it. Hanfu and Queen of the Night, we'll take it. We sort of need it. Hoodlum Dailin, we need it for sure. Need now, now,
Need now,
now,
please.
and
Thank
then
you.
everything else, like yeah, okay, whatever. We already have it. We're good. But
We're
yeah, I hope
good.
you're listening, Nimulran, about our needs as gamers,
Exactly.
as herbs players.
I mean, yeah, if they're not listening, then what are they doing, honestly?
Yeah, they're I don't know, making their lore update or whatever.
Yeah, how dare they make their lore update? So
Yeah, when they
stinky.
could be releasing skins that we can simp for and make them more money. It's a
Exactly, bro.
simple choice, right? Make more money or spend time and not make money,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good point. Exactly. Like, why would you not
Exactly.
make
Yeah.
money?
ABC, bro. Like, let's go.
Yeah,
ABC 1 2 3. Very simple.
you have a choice. Why don't you make the money, guys? Come on now. Come over here.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about the skins before we move on to the last couple segments here?
I almost kind of wish that they had a skin where she loses the buns and just has a ponytail. I get the buns are kind of like a
Oh, you onto something.
trademark,
Okay,
but
okay, yes, sir. He's got
yeah,
good
it's
taste. Ladies
like
and gentlemen, he's got good taste. All right,
give her a
continue.
bun, give her a ponytail, give her anything. Just like I want to see her in a different hairstyle because it
Yes,
seems like I feel like
sir.
it'd be
Well,
pretty cool.
I mean, hoodlum, right? They got the short hair. Where is
True,
it?
true.
Hoodlum Dylan got the short hair. That's like definitely a plus. And then yeah, like maybe a different hairstyle would be cool. Ponytail.
Hmm.
Not just. I mean, I guess it's because the twin tails are like her iconic like buns. Got the space bun. But who knows?
Yeah, that's
Maybe
true.
one time they'll try a ponytail thing. That'd be cute. Um,
I'm trying to remember a character that because I feel like I saw a character the other day that like had a stark difference with like the hair stuff. So
hmm.
I can't remember who it was though anymore.
I mean, I think the other thing also is because she's kind of
Oh,
like
it's
based off Chun
Nikki.
Nikki.
No, Nikki. I was thinking of Nikki because Nikki has twin tails too, and like every I feel like if you I
Oh,
mean
yeah, they
like
gave her
all
like a
the
visor
OGBS
and a
skins.
ponytail, right, for her
Yeah,
summer
yeah, like a
skin.
braid. Because I think all of her OGBS skins, she only has twin tails in all those. Oh, actually, no, she has. Wait, she has twin tails. Yeah, she has twin tails in all her OGBS skins, no matter like regardless. And then for
Let
that
me
skin
check.
specifically, they gave her a braid, and I was like, oh, I want Dailin to have that look too. Like that'd be really
Yeah.
cool.
All right,
Yeah.
don't get me started on Nikki, man. That's a whole other podcast, bro. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm about to
Oh,
simp
another
right
beast.
now. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Starts panting.
Have you seen that like one meme like white guy video where he's just like he's like Lord I'm about to bust like or I'm about like something like
Oh
that
my.
like that shit is
That's you right
so
now. That's you right
funny.
now.
That's me right now, bro. Don't get me started on Nikki. Don't
That's
get me
so funny.
started.
Oh god.
Okay, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe they probably only do it for one skin though, because like what if people really don't like it, right? So
That's true,
it's like a
yeah.
preference kind of thing. Um, let's see. And then okay, well, next little bit here is just what other things, anything else that you can think of that you like about Lee Dailin that we haven't already talked about because we've been talking for a while now about Lee Dailin. Anything else besides that? Honestly, for me, I don't think there's much else I would rather like I'd like to change about her. Like I think she's literally just like perfect. Like character design, skins, appearance, how she plays. Everything about her is just so unique and like nice. It's a great character. Sure.
No, yeah, definitely. I think the only thing I would want ever for Dailin would just be like I want to see her model animations with different weapons, just because I think something that really bothered me when she first got Jade was that her nunchuck skin. Oh my bad, the Jade skin for nunchuck didn't turn nunchuck green, which I thought was like a no brainer.
It didn't what? Have her what?
Like her nunchuck wasn't green.
Oh, okay. It's just like a brown stick.
Yeah, and I was like, if you're gonna go Jade, then like surely.
Make it out of jade.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, like, that'd be so cool. And then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, it looks exactly the same. How boring.
Yeah, or give it like panda ends or something. Like little panda heads,
Yeah, exactly.
maybe,
It's a little
or like some
sad, but
stickers
it
on it
is
or
what it is.
something. But it's okay. I
Yeah,
mean, it's too late now. They won't be able to change it. So,
exactly.
um, oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like this bun thing. Like I think because she's kind of based off like Chun Li, right? Like a little bit.
Mhm.
So with the whole kicks fiasco thing going on, that's
Yeah,
probably why
yeah.
like they keep this like yeah, ponytail. I would definitely like to see it at least once. Like I want to see it at least once. And short hair, yes. And
Yes.
yes, I need it. And then yeah, who knows what else, but it'll be cool. Um, okay, and then we are on the last question here, or I guess topic. Before we're actually gonna probably end podcast. I know, bad, but I mean we've been going for a good like almost 2 hours now.
Yeah, we've been in call for 2 hours, but,
Bro,
we
I
definitely
remember when we were planning, I was like, it's probably gonna go like 30 minutes.
yeah,
And then
but we were
like
talking about Dailin, so it's
yeah,
fine.
like here we are now, like two
We are
hours
shrimping for Miss Dailin.
shrimping. So this last topic here is if you could change something or add anything to Lee Dailin, what would it be? So it could be for their skills, it could be skins, anything. So you already mentioned about the skins, like for Jade Drifter, you want to add like some green on the nunchucks. We already said like give her spear.
Yeah.
So like, that'd be cool. Give her Guan Yu skins. But anything else like gameplay wise, even or maybe the skills, like if you were in the shoes of one of their developers and you were making this character, like would you make it any different than what she is now?
I think the only thing that I would probably add is, I guess gameplay-wise, I mean, she'd be broken with this, but what I really wanted when I first started for a long time was, like, when she drinks, it'd be like I don't know if you played Chen from Heroes of the Storm, but when he drinks, he gets a shield.
Uh huh.
So I almost wish that she got, like, a shield instead of the, dodge mechanic, because the dodge mechanic makes her kind of, like, toxic for certain character matchups and, like,
But
for
not
other
for
character
others,
matchups
right?
yeah, so it would
Oh,
be a
okay.
bit
Well,
nice as a universal thing, but that'd be really broken depending on how what
I
the numbers
mean,
were,
in
right?
in my head when I first saw her, I think I one upped you because I was like, I wish her while she's drinking, she just dodges everything, like spells
Yeah.
and autos. Like literally, she just phases out of existence for like, or like basically, it's like if you try to hit her, you like it would there would be an animation where she just like matrixes your shit like really fast. Like she does like an after image where she just like matrixes it and then like keeps walking towards you because.
Yeah, that
Like she
would
just
be
kind
pretty
of like
funny,
swaggers
honestly.
around it, like kind of like stumbles around your move. Like I was like, they should have made
Mhm.
it so that it dodges spells too. And then after, yeah, like you said, after I thought of that, I was like, that'd be busted as fuck. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, for
Wrong.
sure.
That'd be so wrong. Like, it'd be like
You ruined
unstoppable
the gameplay.
character, bro. Dude, you just and you can like reduce the cooldown, so you could do it so many times in like a fight. Like, you could just dodge everything.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I do so I guess the other thing, like, on gameplay, now I think about it, is I really wish that there was a better mix between her spells and her autos, because right now, when Dylan's strong, it's because either her auto attacks are too powerful or her spells are too powerful, and there's,
Yeah,
like, barely an in between, so I think that's kind of what makes me sad, especially now, like, in this current age of Dylan, where she's either abusing her ultimate and she's only playing around her ultimate, or she's playing around her auto attacks, which 100 zeros you without ever actually landing a silence or landing her ultimate to like as a stall or finisher ability.
yeah.
But
So maybe they'll rework in the future, but they would definitely just rework one of those two things, I think, because they said in their dev stream like their design or their rework philosophy is like they do not want to take away from the core identity of the character. And I mean we went over this just now like as a kind of casual and like for fun way, but like when we talk about the skills and stuff, like we basically both agreed that all of her skills perfectly fit like her core identity or her like her gameplay identity and like
Yeah.
design. So it's like I can understand that it's very hard to like change anything about her right now. And like the best that they can do is kind of just put the numbers up and down, right, on whatever thing. But if they were gonna rework her, it's gonna take a long fucking time. And if I don't think they're gonna do it, I'll be honest with you. Because it's just her skills are just so well fitted to her right now. It's so hard to change stuff about her. They can just put the numbers up and down. But that's okay, because we're still gonna play her because we love her. So it's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, but yeah, I think. Hold on. Is there anything else? Anything else you want to add? Anything else you would change about Dailin other than give her spear and give her the skins now, please?
No, I think she's like I think she's pretty good. She is. Obviously, most of my stuff with her now is probably just balance issues, but that's not really anything that's on her design. Her design's been good and been great.
No.
So
TLDR, she's perfect, guys. Best wife
yes.
in the game, 100%.
I wouldn't honestly, ironically enough, I wouldn't know. Like on my waifu tier list, she's not that high because she's a drunk.
Yeah.
But you know, if she wasn't a drunk, she was like a more normal person. She'd be really high
Yeah.
up there,
Oh, I mean,
appearance
yeah,
wise.
yeah.
It's just she's a little drunkard. So like, I don't know if I want to date someone that's like constantly stealing money. It's like go get another bottle of whiskey, you know?
You're her wallet. You don't want that? That's what it.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
we
I
want, though.
no, actually, I don't want that. You're right.
I do want that, right?
Yeah, you want that, not me.
I want to provide for my girl, please.
That's fair. That's
Yep, I want to be her to be Dylan's wallet lost. Like
Oh, to be
to
Dylan's
be
wallet.
Dylan's wallet,
Oh
if
my
only.
god. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that's basically gonna be it for the podcast, guys. We don't have any other talking points really that we want to go over with you guys. So again, like it'll be uploaded on YouTube after like literally I'm gonna download the VOD after this is done, and then I'll give it over to Brand and he can upload it to his channel. But thank you everyone for coming to the pilot. Um hope it was good. Hope it was enjoyable. Anything else you want to say, Brand, before you end off here? We sign off. Um,
Yeah, no, I've been reading chat the entire time, and
Me
you know,
too.
I want to respond, but Lynx told me that we're not gonna rapid chat, so you guys can.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I silenced him. I silenced him. I was suppressing his innate nature
Yes.
to respond to the stream chat.
Yeah, to flame
Um,
everyone that was there. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, no. Trust me, I want to say stuff too because there's some funny shit that people were saying, but I was like, I can't. Like, gotta focus.
Yeah,
Oh well.
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to say in the chat right now, because the chat's on the screen, you can say hi YouTube because it's gonna be on YouTube. I'll make the chat bigger for like 2 minutes. So you guys can just
Yeah.
hi YouTube, hi YouTube. I'll put
YouTube,
in the
YouTube.
YouTube. I'll put it in the middle. Hi YouTube. But yeah, in terms of where we're gonna go with this podcast, like we said, so the focus is like kind of just to not just steer away from like the meta discussion and like gameplay focus and kind of talk about these other things about the game, like the lore, the setting, the characters, the skins, our likes and dislikes about that kind of stuff. And where we'll go further, I guess, is I mean, in terms of, like we can make little adjustments, like listeners polls. We can make them before each episode, and ask you guys before the fact and go over your answers. We can have a little. We do plan to have guests, so like guest talkers, um,
Best
and
talkers.
guest speakers, guest hosts, I guess, or just guests,
Yeah,
because we're the host,
yeah,
right? Like I'm host, your co-host, and then we can have guests.
yeah.
And we could also do things like I mean, it's like we do like little games, stuff like that, or like what's it, Herbs Jeopardy, some shit like that.
True.
Funny tier list. The possibilities are endless, guys. And it just I guess it depends on how often we can get off our asses to do this. So
Yeah, how
um
often Brand randomly gets sick for no reason and then delays everything
yeah.
for
Well,
two
the
decades.
aim here is like kind of just roughly once a month that we're trying
Yeah.
to for here. So if we can try to deliver an episode a month, and like it's on YouTube, so people can watch like any time in the future offline and stuff. So yeah, in that case, we can wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. Um, just keep if you want to follow our Twitters. Um, please give us a follow because we'll make the announcements about like the next podcast and stuff probably on Twitter and in our Discords. And if we're gonna do like a listener poll in advance for the next episode, we'd probably like tweet it, ask for responses there. Um, but yeah, in that case, thank you everyone for watching our experiment 2 slash Catboy Cafe pilot episode 1. We hope to see you again next time, sometime soon. Do you want to say goodbye as well, Bran, before I go off to the ending screen?
Of course, yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Hope you guys come back for the next experiment too, which will be called Catboy Conundrum. So
Maybe.
I've already heard
I
that
thought it was
name.
Catboy Castle. I thought it was
Well,
Catboy
no,
Castle.
that's episode 4. Is Catboy
Or
Castle.
oh, we're gonna
Yeah, we're making it to episode 4 no matter what. Put the date on your calendar. That's Catboy Castle, but next one's Catboy Conundrum. So therefore, show up.
okay, okay. Yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.